Hello, everybody. How you doing? Turned on me. Turn off that New Jersey accent for a second. Hello, everyone. How are you doing? I don't know why that sometimes sneaks in there. Like, how you doing? How's you doing, boy? Oh, go get me a bagel, man. I don't actually, do New Jerseyans like bagels? I don't know. Only thing I know about each individual person's state is the stereotypes. Hello, chat. Did you guys have a good day? It's kind of warm here, so I have extra air conditioning power turned on. So hopefully you can't hear a hum in the background. Fresh, you're getting a lot of those rare moves these days. Are you determined to make a collection? Define a good day. Nothing goes wrong. Well, in your personal life. It's hard to find a day that, you can't find something in the greater world, I suppose, that, you couldn't point to. That I'm sure, most people will know. But in your personal life, I hope it was a good day. But there you go. There's my definition of a good day. Add it to the wiki. If you're, member of Wikipedia, that is. Is it just me, or is it weird that can anyone just become like a Wikipedia editor? Or is it like a hollowed, like, you gotta prove yourself, an initiation kind of thing? Oh yes, you may make edits to the Sonic wiki now, young one. You have passed the exam. I never actually looked into that. I guess you just make an account and start working, and then they're like, okay, we'll prove this one. Let's see, evening Dart, been a shit day today? Personally shit day, or just you've been watching news? Also, I don't know if you've ever let someone down, got your ass kicked, or straight up failed, but those are the moments that define us, that push you. Who has given us this inspirational quote we can all now post on Facebook? That we all will appropriate to ourselves because it's very, uplifting and powerful. Cole from Infamous. Okay, I was thinking it was going to be someone more important. It's like, oh yes, this comes from Oscar Wilde, Dartigan. Yes, he shared much wisdom. But no, just like, oh, it's Cole from Infamous. I mean, I wasn't expecting that one, I gotta say. Electric Shocky Man, who is basically a Pawn Stars, X-Men. Yes, he was full of inspirational wisdom, I see. Was going to draw today, but the news really killed my motivation. Well, let your imagination run wild as you... I don't know how to finish this statement. You know what? Just watch my stream and feel happy. That's the best I got for you. If that's possible. How old were you when you started my channel? Well, I don't really speak ages, but I started my channel like 7 years ago, I think, right? It's like 2014. So I was younger. Let's just put it that way. Technically, everything always happens when you're younger, though. Appreciate you trying to give us some joy. Well, I do that regardless of bad news or good news, don't I? First time all week I've been able to catch a stream. Been on nights all week. Well, I'm glad I decided not to skip the stream tonight then for you. Just made crepes. Is that those like fancy things that girls are always taking Instagram shots with? It's like a dough cone with like strawberries and cream. I think that's what they are, right? They're all the rave, I hear. Crepes or French pancake. Yeah, it's like a pancake with there's like cream and like strawberries in it. You eat it. It's like a street food, I believe. I've seen a lot of them like that. But you know what? Speaking of food, I'm planning to get my my really good stand mixers soon. Been debating which one to get, and I've finally kind of decided on it. It's a very important decision after all. So first thing I'm gonna make with it, banana bread. Banana bread, first thing. Also, they is thin pancake. Yeah, I usually traditionally roll them up in like a cone, right? Basically a really flat pancake. I know, I've just seen like lots of photos of people like, oh, time to get crepes, and they have like a cone full of strawberries and cream. American news is pretty disturbing. I see. Well, let it be known my stream will not do anything political tonight. You know, speaking of cyberpunky and stuff, that today I got access to an AI drawing program. And it's actually pretty. It's not the one everyone is crazy over, which is OpenAI's DALL-E. It's something that works just like it, but it's not quite as good. But yet, it's not DALL-E Mini either, which is what everyone was using. But I might show some images of it at some point, once I create some good ones. Though I'm still waiting for that DALL-E, the DALL-E 2 invite that I signed up for. Leave politics at the door. Well, unless I can make it funny. But I figured that was a good, mention since we are playing, well, cyberpunky game. And nothing's more cyberpunk than artificial intelligence. But it's kind of awkward to use it though, since you have to use it through a Discord right now, since it's still in testing phase. So you'd like type in a Discord prompt, or like draw this for me, and then it gives you your options. Back in my day, I just looked down to see who was quoting, and it's all the Undertaker. You know what? I don't like knowing the Undertaker's real name, Mark Calloway. Never put that there. I mean, he's just the Undertaker. He doesn't have a real name. He comes from parts unknown, you know. Why does he need such a name? Death Valley, you know, that place where lots of people live. Parts unknown. You know, I should do a wrestling stream at some point where I just, like, create a character to represent all the memes we come up with in our stream. They just have them fight each other. That's a popular type of stream, you know. By the way, I should also do my announcements before I forget. Any advice on gaming chairs? Are they a waste of money or worth it? Part of the gaming chair thing is just the look of them. See if you're going to be doing live streams or YouTube videos and people are going to see what chair you're sitting in. There is an element to them that is that. Honestly, unless you're going to have it on video, you're better off just getting a really good office chair. They're basically the same thing. The really good office chairs can be really pricey too. In fact, they can be even more expensive, but mainly you want a chair that gives you lumbar support if you're going to be sitting in it for a while. Like the chair I got is technically a gamer chair, but it does have a dial-in lumbar support at the bottom. Like I can change it with a twist of a dial. And it is a very nice chair, I'm not going to lie. It's not saying that gamer chairs are bad, or gaming chairs. They're all just basically the same thing. It's just a racing chair with a lumbar pillow or something like that. That's what my old chair is, like over in the corner. It's just, lumbar pillow. But then I wanted to upgrade, so I got something that had like cloth instead of like that cheap pleather shit. That's always like wears off after a year and starts cracking. So this actually is like fabric, more like you'd see in like your car seat. So it's actually more durable. And, it's got the dial-in knob instead of a pillow. But I think it costs a little bit more too. Get an office chair, gaming chairs are crap. Most of them are. A lot of them are just like cheap. A lot of them are actually just like those products, like they're all the same model, they just got a different brand name on it. If you ever go to 10 million coins, could have you do a stream of watching your sim video instead of Persona 5. But why? I'm not well, honestly, I'd rather play Persona 5. I don't like watching myself, it's weird. It's just like, ugh, why? Must I? That guy doesn't seem very likable. Sees title attack ships on fire, the shoulder of Orion. Sea beam, wasn't it like sea beams glittering in the, off someone like that? My office chair is actually pretty comfy. Like I said, I debated before I bought this chair of getting like a really good Herman Goring office chair, but it was like way more expensive than I was willing to spend for a chair. Like $1,000 so. Like, yeah, that's a bit too much for a chair. But if you're gonna be sitting in it for a while, it might actually be worth the investment. Your pain will bring me pleasure. What kind of sadist are you? Yes, for pain will bring me pleasure. I just imagine you saying that with like a muffled evil voice. Hold on, let me send this YouTube announcement out now before I forget. Let the YouTube bros know. What's up, man? I started playing Resident Evil Director's Cut, and that will be the point in which I played all the mainline Resident Evil. So you went backwards? I mean, hey, congrats on completing a lifelong dream goal, I guess. But hey, also you're playing like the original, like not the remake. It's all right. That's actually one of the first PlayStation games I ever played, and first time I really ever experienced a horror game. So I got some memories of it. You get a lot of free furniture? Well, yeah, I've actually heard that if you want to get a good chair, sometimes it's best to look for like when the government is selling off a lot of their surplus or like used stuff, because a lot of it wasn't really used that much, but they sell it off regularly. And so it's it's good to just, I don't know where you'd go to look for that kind of thing at, but apparently governments do like auction of your used office stuff often, and you can often get snag a really good office chair from that. If a chair is $1,000, it has to be alligator leather. No, it's actually usually the ergonomics of it and the engineering of how it can like move and lean with you, and how it forms to your back. Caresses you like a lover. People say I have a monotone voice, kind of like yours. A lot of people do. It just, most people don't like their monotone voice. I mean, I didn't used to like mine either, but I've come to love it now. But a lot of people just. But there's a difference between a very uninteresting monotone voice and then a monotone voice that you'll fucking listen to. Because a lot of people are like, hey, how's it? Hey, yeah, let's go to the store, man. I thought maybe we get some monsters. A little low energy. And yeah, you want smokes, right? I mean, would you sit there and listen to a stream if it sounded like that? Hey, what? Oh, I thought you were talking to me. Okay, never mind. So yeah, that's a bit different. You gotta still need to project the monotone. It's gotta like have some force and fill the room. Went backwards with this franchise because the old games weren't accessible on new platforms, and my old PC sucked. I mean, there's times I've gone backwards too, so I can't really complain. Finally completed the first level of Siphon Filter 20 years after first playing it. Was it that hard? I mean, I remember when I got Siphon Filter back on my PlayStation, I did get stuck on the second level with the subway because I couldn't find the little crate that you opened to I think it was like for the explosives to open the way out. For months, I didn't know where that was, so I only ever played like the first 2 levels. Really, your voice sounds like a kind of a musical, so I've learned a musical. So you're like high pitched, and you're sing-songer. You got rhythm. Been playing it on PlayStation Premium next Far Cry 3. Very skeptical about that one. That's like the only one you really need to play. The rest are all just like it. My brother-in-law got a PlayStation Plus Premium to play some games from his childhood, and he called me and was like, why is the frame rate in the single digits? We figured this out in 2000. Well, there's a PlayStation, that's why. A lot of PlayStation games ran at like 15 to 20 frames per second sometimes because it was weak shit, as we call it today. That's why for the really up until like this decade, people was always like, hey man, just play stuff on PC. It's better here because you get those better frame rates along with the resolution. They're like, no man, I'll stick with my 30 frames per second console. But now there's a bit more parity between them. Even consoles usually regularly play at 60 frames in 4K. So yeah, it's a beautiful world. What's up, Puff? How you doing? Resident Evil Remake really retired the original for me. I mean, that was a really good remake. It's like pretty much the peak of what I feel you can do with that kind of gameplay of the old style Resident Evil games. It's like, yep, yeah, okay, time to move on to 3D now. First, you're gonna ask, have you heard Lupe's new album, Drill Music in Zion? Hi, Dart. Hope you've had a good day. Let's see what it's been playing on the so. I guess maybe that's a sign you didn't like Siphon Filter if you waited 20 years to get past the first level. That game is actually surprisingly hard because it's bullshit. I'm not gonna lie, that game is bullshit at times. Especially when you have missions where you have to remain in stealth or it ends instantly. There's quite a few in that, and it's bullshit from what I recall of it. There's a cathedral level in that game where so you gotta follow some dude, and it's terrible. How much Harrison Ford is in this game? Approximately, you can see his back in a photograph. That's all you get. If you get someone takes a photograph of you and you can see him like on the other side of the street, his back facing you, and that's the Easter egg. Started watching Gaming Win's channel. He's really good. Would love to see you too. Well, we did a stream together, so technically that was a crossover. But I'm glad he's doing well. He'll probably pass me before long because I think there's probably like a larger audience for Gaming Wins and Gaming Sins. So I'm glad I helped him on the way a little bit. What, some guy who is a streamer emulating his audience? Shut the fuck up, Dart. You start the game already. A streamer emulating his audience, huh? Well, I like to have a good warm-up period. That's usually the favorite part of the stream, right? It's only when I'm playing a game that I think chat was demanding to see the next stage of that I, do that line. So what's on the Sin schedule? I'm currently working on the Quarry. After that, I don't know. We'll see. You know me, I don't plan these out very far. I think 20 years ago, I just had the demo, the first level of Siphon Filter, and never finished it. Just tasered everyone. To be fair, that's what I did for like 2 months while playing it before I figured out how to get past the second level. I just tased everybody. No Harrison Ford. You play a guy who's like Harrison Ford, doing something at the same time Harrison Ford is doing the stuff in the movie. Is that not enough for you? You demand more? What is 1998 Carl Urban doing here? Well, that's the best they could get. Why must you disrespect him? Yeah, you're so harsh tonight. What's turned you so dark? You realize this man could be a replicant. He might be sad. He need a. What was my last save, by the way? I'm not sure. I'm guessing it's this one. I guess it's my last save. 23, 57, 45. I mean, everything else seems lower. Looks like he's about to tell me how much of an asshole Homelander is in the Australian accent. See, I have not watched The Boys. But I know the names sometimes. Let's see. I think I can't forget. Okay, we need to go check something else now. Looks like he's but you know what? I could definitely see this being actually an Australian. But you know what? Time to pet the dog.
Maggie, come here, girl.
Oh shit! I forgot. She might lock me in my hallway again.
Good doggy.
This is the only companion this man has in life.
Who's the best dog in the whole world? Who's the best dog in the whole world?
Can someone give a plot synopsis? Have you seen Blade Runner before? We are a Blade Runner. Our job, find replicants and then kill them. Retire them, as they call it. Replicants are like biological humans. Well, they look like humans. They're biologically made to be better us in some ways, but they're also have short lifespans. Also, plot hole for the whole Blade Runner franchise. If you make these replicants, if you have complete control over their biology, and why would you make it so hard to tell them apart from humans? If that's a big issue. Like, they have an entire police department maybe like, hey, find the replicants, kill them if they're pretending to be on Earth. Why wouldn't you make them have, like, green skin or something, so you're like 6 fingers, so you could tell at a glance if they're a replicant or not? That's never made any sense to me. Like, you could literally design a way of, like, knowing which one is a replicant and which one is human into them. They created one to prove he's better than God, but still, they literally, like, have an issue of them blending in with human society, so... bit of an, you could probably, like, you know, hey, let's pass a law that they all have to have a barcode on them somewhere, or they have like 6 fingers on both their hands so you can look. Some replicants are made for sex. Well, those ones, but the rest, I mean, let's be honest, there are people out there that have sex with a 6-fingered woman. In fact, we'll even look for it. But regardless of that, they definitely could have done something to make this job easier than like, let me pull up my Voight Kampf machine. Tattoos, like I said, just they could have like, I don't know, anything. They could even implant like a chip into them, like deep in like their brain or something when they're made, that will like send out a signal, like literally lets them be tracked, you know, inch by inch wherever they go. It's like, yep, that's a replicant. He's got a bio tracker in him or something. See, big plot. That's the biggest plot hole there's ever been in Blade Runner that no one likes to, you know, acknowledge. Like, yeah, it is a bit stupid. A lot of replicants were made for war. The antagonist of the original movie is the one who has severe PTSD and were untreated. I'm aware of it, but I'm just saying they have a big issue with replicants coming to Earth and then trying to, like, you know, lay low and not be noticed. And so much so they have an entire police force in Los Angeles dedicated to finding them and killing them with Voight Kampf tests. And if they just made it so, like, oh yeah, we can just look at you and tell you are one by, you know, some physical thing or like a chip in their brain that like tells you that, problem solved.
Apartments.
The Miracle in 2049 kind of attempted to explain that. Yeah, but that's still, what, 30 years after the original movie came out, so they had time to think about that plot hole and like, okay, we need to come up with an explanation for that. At that point, I felt it's a bit too late, and it's a bit, you know, staircase logic. Okay, let's explain this plot hole away. It's pretty clearly one of those, like, you know, okay, we didn't really... It doesn't matter. Rule of cool. Same plot hole shows up in Detroit Become Human. It does to a degree. Like, all the androids do have that little, like, loading circle LED thing on their temple that marks them as, like, a robot, but then they can just easily remove that, and then it instantly, like, heals itself up so you can't tell anymore. So it's like they didn't need that? Why wouldn't you make removing that destroy them or something? But, yeah, so that's basically the same thing. David Cage himself in the plot hole. Well, he's definitely got... You gotta admit, he keeps us entertained. So, Nightclub Row and Hysteria Hall is where we're going, right? Because I've already been to all these other places. So let us go to Nightclub Row. Can't wait for a Cage's Star Wars game to have a droid who thinks he's human and or a Jedi. I mean, I don't know why you... That's not really a... That's just only... What? I mean, sure, whatever. You know, while we're on... Since you just brought up Star Wars and we're talking about robots, here's a massive plot hole with Star Wars. Why do biological humans or aliens do anything when they have such advanced robots that they could literally do anything? Like, that doesn't make a bit of sense. Like, hey, the Trade Federation had it right. They were having their robots fight the war for them. Like, there should be, like, no jobs available for anyone because, robots do it all. People in Star Wars just love slavery. I mean, even slavery doesn't make sense, though, in a story where you have robots. I mean, a robot is still going to be cheaper than a slave. Like, Watto is like, oh, Annie, oh, actually, Qui-Gon, you can take both these slaves up. I can't do a Watto voice. If you get me two, you'll know androids or robots, you can have the slaves, both of them. Actually, all of them. Because, the robots I can just repair, I don't have to feed them. And give them, and they can work 24/7 like humans who, have to sleep at least a few hours a night and eat. People kind of just like working, it gives them a purpose. It doesn't matter if they like working or not. It's all, what matters is who the businesses are hiring. And if business like, hey, you know what's cheaper? Hiring a robot once and then just paying for the maintenance for it and having it work 24/7, 365 days a work year for me, then never complains and needs vacations. Versus a human that you will work 5 days a week for a limited amount of hours, take breaks and lunch breaks and bathroom breaks during that. Might get pregnant, might go on vacation, might get injured, might decide to quit for a new job, and who knows? So much things in there. So that's the argument there. Droids were expensive as fuck to manufacture. Multiple planets were bankrupted to keep up their armies to fight the clones, and I don't know if I'd buy that because the Trade Federation sure had a lot of them, and they seemed like pretty disposable to them. Because of the Clone Wars, droids were disdained due to the damage that caused to multiple worlds. I could see that a little bit, but you gotta keep in mind though, the whole Star Wars galaxy is tens of thousands, civilization is tens of thousands of years old, and they've had robots that entire time. So at that point, there should be like no one working any job ever, except robots are doing everything already. And they weren't back in the prequel time either, or in the Old Republic time either. Trade Federation nearly went bankrupt multiple times across the 3 years. Well, yeah, that's what wars will do to you. I mean, nations go bankrupt too, usually fighting regular wars with humans, and so it's not really much of an argument. And that was because, but like I said, droids, it's definitely, I mean, this is why I don't just like discussing stuff with fans. Because they always have oh, here's a prepared response to that, sir. Because there's always never a new thing anyone's brought up before. Get injured to maintain a robot, you can also have a robot be an engineer. I mean, look at R2-D2s, what do they do but not the maintenance? I just now realized there's a lot of sex sounds going on in this game right now, and it's wait, was it a... Oh. What these people are forgetting is that robots are just capital expenditure, it doesn't matter how expensive they are, that's what everyone seems... So the argument that they're expensive doesn't matter if they actually, the investment is still better than hiring multiple people to do the same job over multiple years. Also, there's naked people in capsules over there too that you can barely see. Do you notice that on the left? Imagine that being your job. What do you do for a living? I put my ass in a bubble and dance for people all day long in the street. I wonder what it pays. So, this one. Oh, that's my car. Shit. Pretty sure. Oh my.
I remember early Q used to call himself a humanitarian because he'd recruit orphans for his sex club, then donate a percentage of their salary to his favorite animal propagation lab. Yeah, he was a real piece of work.
I'm sorry, did you say something about someone recruiting orphans for his sex club? They put a lot of work into taking enough photos of that lady to make an animated sprite. The same reason we still have humans work in factory even with modern robots. Well, one, our automation is nowhere near as advanced as like that of Star Wars, where they have literally robots that can walk around and just as capable as humans. So trust me, if we got to that level of robotic technology in our world, you can bet your ass there'd be very few jobs for anyone that's not made of metal. Okay, let's chat up the locals. Also, well, you know who you can talk to easily in this game. They're not drawn into the background.
Not the talkative type.
Well, only if you give them money first.
How old are you? Not the talkative type. Hey, Hanoi, where's Early?
Off-world fat farm.
Don't a lot of robots have self-autonomy in
better
Star
than
Wars?
that.
They're
it's true.
definitely intelligent
Mr.
and
Q sent me a
sentient
video
beings
yesterday.
or whatever.
Getting a hell
But
of a
autonomy
tanny,
is a different thing because you can't just wipe their memory at any time you like. They do have like commands they follow.
Early's waiting on me.
Sod off. You got no appointment and you got no warrant.
I'm a Blade Runner. I can just like void comp anyone.
Early's waiting on me.
Sod off.
Don't know,
You've got
so,
no
don't know why I got
appointment
into. I
and
really
you've
shouldn't
got
have gotten into
no
another Star Wars rant, but I felt it was a strong point.
Sod off. You got no appointment and you
This
got
guy's
no
so
warrant.
English. Sod off. HK-47 is a prime example. Dude was a protocol droid who was like, this job sucks, I will start murdering for money. I did not know that bit about us. Apparently never figured that out. I just thought he's like made for assassination. Because wasn't there like a bunch of other like, whoa, robots like him that were part of it, the old assassin robots too? Also, 25 bits from my arbitrary username. Are adventure games like especially fun for Sinian because of how insane they always are? I have actually played very few adventure games unless you count the stuff from like Life is Strange and Telltale, which are a very different type of adventure game. Those are actually pretty mundane. But there are some adventure games that are cracked as shit, especially like Harvester. I couldn't even possibly ever sin that game. Also, I'm very impressed with this lady's ability to like dance on the floor without moving her feet. Is maybe the floor moving without her? See as she takes her pleasures from the snake.
What's your name? What's your name?
You're not talking to your dog right now, McCoy.
What's your name? What's your name? Early, how's it hanging?
Thick, slick, and hard as a brick. How's yours, General?
Your man gave me a hard time out there.
Yeah, I
up, Ron?
like
How you doing
Hanoi, but
tonight?
I can't deny his sphincter's a little tight.
What's on tap tonight?
Classy shows all evening, General. You're going to be able to cut diamonds down there or your money back.
Stop talking about my D.
This girl one of yours?
This ain't no daycare center, General. Of course, she ain't half bad looking. My pappy always used to say if there's grass on the field, it's time to play ball.
So, she hasn't been around here?
Even if you have like
Nah,
a really
ain't
perverted
mine.
dad that would ever say that,
Dr.
like, do you?
Tappy,
Yeah,
he
don't
gets
answer that
most of the
question,
family
actually.
business around here.
It's men like you that made this country great, Early.
Oh, topical. Hope everyone had a wonderful day.
Hey, Early,
Oh,
I'm
personally, I
working
hope
right
so
now,
as well.
General. Ask me later.
what's your name?
Okay, anything else in here? I think we came here too early and there's nothing else to do. What about the giant face over here? No? Alright, so yeah, I guess we like come back later.
Ladies
Whoa,
and gentlemen, yours truly, the ever brilliant Early Q presents the wondrous, mysterious Hecuba, singing and performing the sacred Thanatos dance of the ancient swamps.
Okay. No, is that what she's doing there? Well, I'm not sure. Have I ever been to a strip club? I got dragged to one a couple times. Like, they're not my kind of thing. Because one, I don't drink. And I always find the clientele of a strip club to be incredibly just depressing. Because it's usually just like, here's a bunch of like, either divorced or non-divorced dads. And just like, here, look, it's not the girls that make them awkward. It's the people there. I just don't get the appeal, I guess.
What's your name?
No, I've had this discussion with before chat. It just, yeah.
What's your pleasure, sir?
The highest octane.
One Venus eye trap coming up.
You find strip clubs. I mean, like I said, like I said, I don't drink, so already there's, you know, if you're not drinking, there's probably really never reason to go to one, unless you're just super horny. In that case, there's other options. But yeah, they don't interest me. People who don't drink because they aren't interested, so solidarity, there are dozens of us. I mean, I've just never really had much of an interest in it. I obviously had drinks in my life, but I just don't care for it. I don't need it either. I don't feel any urge for it. So I'm pretty happy with that. I've seen plenty of people abuse it anyways.
What's the green?
Neptune's Nip. I think you'll enjoy it.
Neptune's Nip.
What's your name?
I guess there is nothing to do here right now. Never got the appeal. Like I said, I guess it used to have more appeal in older times. Not even that long ago, but for like, you know, Gen X and boomers and everything else. I hate using, you know, generational terms, but I kind of have to. So, for lack of a better term to use. It had more appeal because, you know, house where you're supposed to get your boobs and your drink on at the same time, I guess. But, I don't know. It just... the few times I've been in one is like, oh god, when's this gonna be over? It's like, one, the dancing ain't that impressive usually. And it's just like, the girls feel like they want to get out there more often. And you're like, god, just get my paycheck and leave. And the guys are just like, you know, sitting there like nursing their drinks and like silently watching, and it just seems sad. Like, ugh. It's not, none of them are almost never, unless you, I guess you go to a crazy one, they're never the raucous party you've been led to believe by entertainment. How do I get out of this place, actually? Like, I'm guessing, yeah, obviously there's probably some better ones out there. Not that I went to a bad one, but I just feel like the mood of them is all gonna be kind of similar. Smash and smash. You know, if I go to a strip club, I want to bring my Nintendo Switch so I can ask the girls if they want to, like, hey, you want to smash with me? And then I'll be the most popular guy there. Yeah, sure. I usually play as Luigi. And there was that guy here in chat who's offered me like VIP club access once because he managed one. All right, well, we're in the fancy side of the town, right across the street from the the C stripper joint, huh? Candlelight dinner and everything.
Damn.
I have no idea what he's disappointed about. You know, strippers usually have to pay the club in order to perform.
Damn.
Yes, I know, they're very exploited. A lot of them are just girls paying their way through college or like a rough time. Or a drug addiction. So that's another place I don't come to yet. Will I do a Shadow Heart Sin video? I doubt I do a Sin video, but who knows, I might play it at some point. Get in the car, I need to get out of this horrible place. Alright, let's go to Hysteria Hall then.
It was the pig still. He said Pat doesn't have an income. She's got a good
Oy
Republican
vey.
cloth coat. That's all.
You're wrong,
Sugar.
sweetie. It was Herbert Hoover.
I'm sorry, but I was there.
But if
Easy to
anything, you were
do.
all of 3 years old back then.
I still
What kind of
remember
guy-
like it was yesterday.
Gosh, all
And
they
he said
say
fur
kids
coat,
today are
not
worse.
mink. I saw it on a
Not to
Discovery.
divert from the strip club talk, but a wrestler named Cody Rhodes recently wrestled a full half-hour match with a torn pectoral muscle. And is 100% legit. His arm and chest was all red and purple. Yeah, he shouldn't do that, to be honest with you. The job ain't worth that. But, wrestlers sometimes, there's a reason a lot of wrestlers die young. Well, not really young, but, generally don't live, well, I say that, but there's a lot of actual old wrestlers these days, but they usually are kind of fucked up by the time they reach it. Ric Flair just confirmed his last match. He is 73 and openly confirmed on a press conference he's going to blade himself. Blade himself? Multiple... What does that mean, he's going to blade himself? He's going to cut himself? He's on multiple blood thinners? Blade? So he, like, cut... Why is he going to cut himself? I don't understand why you do that. Why would he cut himself open?
You guys still battling it out?
That's what keeps our marriage alive and kicking, Ray. What can we do you for?
The works.
Come and ride up.
Now give me.
You know anything about politics, Ray? Famous quotes, things like that?
Do I have
try
to?
not to.
How about the checker speech?
Blading
Never
and
heard of
wrestlers
it.
cut themselves to make the
Hoover's
fight look more
checker
intense.
speech.
I mean, he's 70 years, some years old. I think it's gonna, it'll look really intense when it
You're
gets broken in
forgetting
half.
a lot your old age.
Right
Who is he gonna be
behind you,
wrestling, by the
lady.
way? Hey, Kathy, welcome back. Lucy Toto.
You ever seen this girl around here? Maybe in the arcade?
Oh, yes. I saw her come out of the arcade yesterday.
No, it was the day
Zack
before.
Ryder? Don't know who that is.
Maybe you saw her both days.
No, I'm positive.
Wonder what kind of
It was
game this is. This is a
yesterday.
point and click
You're
Blade Runner game.
positively wrong.
I said point
It
and
was 2
click,
days
didn't I?
ago. Sure as God made
Point
little
and
green
click
apples.
Blade Runner
You're
game.
getting Alzheimer's, sweetie.
Okay, just...
I like how
forget
she
it.
said that so cutely. You're getting, that's just your Alzheimer's, honey. You know that there is a movie starring Kurt Russell as a soldier trained from birth? Yes, I've seen it actually. I remember the trailer was, I was a little kid when I saw it. I was like, oh, that looks so cool. I think it's Universal. Is it Universal Soldier or something? But then he fights like some soldiers who are genetically engineered to be troops, and they're like the better ones. Still remember basically the plot of it. Jeez.
You know where I could score some cheese? Like this stuff?
Boy, don't flash that around here.
He's the police,
But
sweetie.
yeah, remember, cheese is like
Besides,
big time money.
The kids today just as soon twist a knife in your backside as to ask for chinion for the tram home. Show that cheese around here, you become a marked man.
Who sells it?
Now, we aren't asking for any trouble, Ray.
I'm not working bunko, I just want some information.
I just need some
That
old
naughty
provolone,
boy
man, for my
runs
old Philly
Kingston
cheesesteak.
Kitchen. She's always bragging about her special ingredients.
Takes place in the same universe as Blade Runner. That's
It always
how many
did
universes
taste a
are part of
little
Blade Runner now? That
game.
because I'm learning a lot.
And she charges an arm.
So that was the off-world colonies we're learned about. How come there weren't any replicants in it then? Or wait, were the soldiers he fought soldier replicants?
I found this wrapper.
Yeah, that's from one of our dogs.
And
Be good, you two. Be good, you two.
I'm gonna go get me some cheese. Let's see what we got. In there, maybe over here. Hinted that yeah, the newer soldiers are replicants. I mean, they said they were like genetically engineered, and I guess that would make some sense. So did Ridley Scott direct that movie, or just? 'Cause I did not realize that was like a Blade Runner. I mean, I didn't really know what Blade Runner. As a little tiny kid, I'd never even watched Blade Runner at the time, so I would have obviously known. But learning about it now. Did that make the one robot guy in the first Alien movie a replicant? I'm not sure, but it stands a reason, right? If Blade Runner is the same franchise, is Blade Runner and Alien are part of the same world, right? Someone mentioned that last night. But you know, those are just specifically androids, while replicants are like literally genetically engineered like things. They don't like bleed the milky blood. See, that's what happens when everything's part of a big universe. It gets fucking confusing and it doesn't make any sense anymore. Firefly is hinted at to be part of a larger Ridley Scott universe. Since the computer activates on the ship, you can see the Weyland-Yutani Firefly? You mean the TV show? It's like I'm trying to think of like different Fireflies. Oh, there's our girl. Yeah, Joss Whedon. I mean, apparently everything is secretly a Blade Runner, piece of entertainment. You know what? Wait a minute. I recognize some of these games. That's Red Alert. And what is this? This is like the intro to this game, I believe. What is she? Look, what is she playing, by the way? You are a Blade Runner in this game, yes. But we also might be a replicant. Ridley Scott sees something vaguely sci-fi and goes, "You are part of my world now."
I've been looking for you.
I mean, if he'd ever
Please,
got to be
leave
the
me
one to make
alone.
Halo, he would have made that
Father
part of
told
the
me to
Blade
watch
Runner
out for
universe
you.
as well.
I'm not gonna hurt you.
That's who like
Have you
Bungie
always
originally
lived
wanted to
on
do
Terra?
Halo stuff was
Yes.
Ridley Scott.
Father told me he thought Terra would be so special and beautiful. Birds and flowers and trees and blue water. But it's not like that at all. I don't remember it ever being like that.
Is my favorite type of food sandwiches? I do like sandwiches, but I don't think pizzas count as a sandwich. Unless you stack them on top of each other. But, or make one of those pizza subs. But no, I'd say pizza is probably my favorite type of food. Just because it's a very social food. So it's a bit more unique. Why is she looking at it? Because she's playing a game. That's why. Would you turn and look? I don't really need to voint comp her. I'm pretty sure I know she's a real replicant.
Can you take me to your father?
I don't think he'd like that. I don't know where he is, anyway.
There's another hunter after your family.
We know. The woman who smokes.
You've got to get out of here.
You're a good man.
Don't jump to any conclusions.
You're gentle. Father used to be like that, too. He would read to me and tell me
Pizza is
stories.
contraband. I mean, well, we
Pretty
did come
stories,
across
so I would
one,
have
but apparently
pretty
cheese.
dreams.
Maybe it wasn't using
He
real
doesn't do
cheese.
that anymore?
He's out with Sadiq
Halo is
every
secretly
night.
part of the Marathon universe. Well, that
Mother,
wasn't so much
they
secretly as it
argue
was
about what we're
blatantly
going to
obvious
do.
back when Bungie
That
was
must
in
be
control of
tough
it.
on you.
I've seen death before. But the other day, I was thinking, if a person could feel love, real love, for even just one day, I think it would all be worth it.
How romantic.
I agree.
Out in a place with trees and a lake and flowers. I've seen places like that in books.
You'll see them with your own eyes one day.
David.
You're not...
Peoples,
you're not the
screenplay for
hunter
Blade Runner and
anymore?
Soldier.
Go, quickly.
In a
Thank you.
police spinner near the end of the film. Oh, I wasn't finished asking your questions though. No, it's my game now. Is Destiny the same universe as Halo? Well, no, because Bungie is no longer part of Microsoft who owns Halo, so no. And also, they're now owned by Sony, actually, isn't it? So yeah, I can guarantee you it's not.
It's a killer, I kid you not. Only 35 thou. Yeah, red, orange, blue, puke green, any color you want. Just give me 24 to hose the graffiti off. Just kidding. Ask for the man, Crazy Legs Larry. Toodaloo. Admiring that bishy cat, ain't you? I don't blame you. It's a classic ride in a deluxe sport package. It'll push 125 without so much as a shake. Of course, you gotta find the road for it.
That's always the problem.
Crazy Legs, Larry Hirsch. Pleased to meet you.
Ray
You see,
McCoy.
I'm one of those characters with an
You can
ironic
call me
name.
Crazy, you can call me Larry. You can even call me Crazy Legs Larry. But don't call me if you don't think a hot set of wheels ain't necessary.
Okay.
The Bishi's exceptional. Mechanical is Pacific Rim flawless, as usual. But they
Pacific
also
Rim.
save some of the classic styling of the old GM
Is
days.
Pacific Rim in the part of the Blade
Looks
Runner
like a
universe
piece of
by any
work.
chance?
Forget those fibroplast Filipino heaps everyone's driving around. This is real. Just feast your eyes on this. You see it? You see it? That's actual chrome, the real stuff.
I like how they're making a
They
big deal
saved
out of what
couple
looks like to
hundred
be like
sheets
a
of
really
Tijuana
shitty
chrome
car.
from before the war. It's completely legal and everything. Beautiful, isn't it?
I don't think I've ever seen it before.
And you probably won't ever see it again unless you steal this puppy.
What's my favorite
And honestly,
BBQ?
no,
Actually,
Frankly,
usually
I gotta
chicken
tell
barbecue
you, it's
chicken
got
wings.
your name written
legs.
all over it. Ray McCovey.
Barbecue and chicken goes together a lot
McCoy.
better than I think
Eh,
a lot of other
give
barbecue
it, take
does.
a couple letters.
I'll have to think about it.
But don't think too long or too hard about it, Roy. It's liable to be gonzo by the time you come back.
Gotcha.
Got one for you. Far Cry, Assassin's Creed, Watch Dogs universe. It barely matters. Like, it doesn't matter. They're only, like, cute. Outside of, like, the one DLC Watch Dogs, the recent Watch Dog games had where you actually had an assassin in it, doesn't matter. And Far Cry is like a movie in the Assassin's Creed universe, so it's also kind of pointless. Only replicants and lizard people enjoy pineapple on pizza. Hear me out. Instead of pineapple on pizza, what about pizza on pineapple? Can we find the happy medium? You take a big hunk of pineapple, put tomato sauce and cheese on it. Dartigan Pacific Rim actually takes place entirely during the nodal scene from Blade Runner. Ooh. You just want maybe that was yeah, I didn't realize it was sped up time. A pimp named Crazy Legs. Let's see. Pacific Rim is just a dream Morbius has after Spider-Man launches his lights out. See a turtle lying on its back. My favorite food is wings of all varieties. Desmond, you want to go into the new Far Cry movie this weekend? I'm surprised movies are even a thing in that universe, since they all have, like, ancestor reliving simulators. Isn't that a weird version of Toast Hawaii? Of Toast? What the, well, I was just trying to think of, like, nightmare food, of, like, taking a big slice of pineapple and putting, like, using that instead of, like, dough for the pizza. But, maybe it's actually a real thing, and there's real people who eat it, and I never want to meet them because that's fucking weird, man. Ranch pineapple, Canadian ham, Canadian ham, otherwise known as ham. No, it's Canadian. Well, actually, never mind. You did it right. You said Canadian ham instead of Canadian bacon. So Canadian bacon is just ham.
How about this girl? She look familiar?
Good job on you
saying
it correctly.
You've never seen her?
She looks kind of familiar.
Think real hard.
Maybe you should try that arcade next door. She looks
Actually, I've
like the
already
kind of
found her.
girl you
Why am I
see
asking
there
this
all the
guy?
time.
I'll do that.
Proof turtles are cute. Chat, if you ever see a turtle on the road, be a bro and get it off and put it wherever it's headed.
I hope you got paperwork for all these vehicles.
Are we kids
I'm
or
surrounding
what,
your old bots.
Ray?
I'm gonna
You're
void
talking
comp
to
all of you,
Crazy
chat.
Legs Larry Hirsch here.
I take that as a yes.
You can take it any way you want. Just don't take it for a test drive in the 4th sector.
I mean, do we even have roads in this world anymore? Pretty sure everything is like a flying car.
I hope you got paperwork for all these vehicles.
Are we kids or what, Ray? You're talking to Crazy Legs Larry Hirsch here.
Fall off the bones, ribs.
I take that
is
as a
godsend.
yes.
You can take it
Yeah,
any
but
way
then
you
you
want.
go there
Just
too
don't
much
take
and
it
put
for a
on
test
weight.
drive in the 4th sector.
Alright, so what we got? Nothing? We just came here and like question a dude.
Hey, keep your paws off that, Ray.
But it's
Hey, keep
shiny.
your paws off that, Ray.
Alright. Mushroom and spinach. How's the quarry video coming along? I'll be finishing my rough draft tomorrow. So I still got some writing left to do. But it's going, I was a little behind on getting the game played through because of, circumstances. So take a little bit longer than it should have. But I'm confident I'll be finishing the rough draft tomorrow. And then on from that, I can, polish up the next draft. And you'll be ready to do some serious work. And I think I'm done here, by the way. Take care. You leaving, Dixie? You have a good night. Enjoy your time without me.
Be good, you two.
Right. Let's see. Maybe I go to the Tyrell building for my meeting. 'Cause I don't think there's anything in Nightclub Row and out of town. Police station. Let's go back to the Tyrell building. See if we got a meeting. How many drafts do you typically go through? Like I said, there's a rough draft, then I usually do like 2 more drafts after that. I recognize this room. Then we got that weird fucking owl. Oh, and she's in the game too.
Beautiful, isn't it?
The owl or the view?
Both.
The view's amazing. The owl, well, artificial things never did that much for me.
It's a flawless replica. We used a real one as a model.
Owls are extinct. Who told you the model was real?
Dr. Tyrell?
He's wrong, or
That's like
lying.
Sean
Check
Young,
your
by the way.
Sydneys.
Eldon wouldn't make up something like that.
You're Tyrell's assistant?
Yes, I'm Rachel. Dr. Tyrell is very busy. I'm fully familiar with all Tyrell operations.
He does know I'm a cop, right? Blade Runner unit?
Dr. Tyrell has already met with one Blade Runner today and has important business to attend to. Your department should
he already met with
coordinate
the
its
guy.
efforts better.
Man, who was the other Blade Runner?
Yeah, but
You may speak to me or you may leave.
Sean Young
I
played
can't
Rachel
offer
in the
you any
film.
other choices.
fair enough.
Where their name is Sean.
I wanted to ask about Marcus Eisenduller.
I can't tell you who killed him if that's what you're asking.
We've already got a
Why
suspect.
they called Blade Runners? Because it sounds cool.
What I want to know is why the killer would be interested in replicant DNA information.
That's a stupid question.
Oh yeah? Why's that?
Your suspect is obviously a replicant, a very dangerous one.
I thought replicants were safe, more human than human. Isn't Dr. Tyrell pushing to make it legal to use rep
You know, just
labor
like
to clean
the
up
Rob
the
Zombie
kibble?
song.
Are we here to discuss corporate policy or Marcus
Are the
Eisendaller's
replicants
murder?
partially machine? Well, they're like engineered
little
living
both.
beings. Like they are flesh and blood, but they're like designed.
You
They're
heard
like
about the
humans
moon bus
designed for a
hijacking.
purpose in the off-world colonies, and they're not allowed on Earth. And they have
Yeah,
very
I guess
short
you would
lifespans.
have. 50 people dead.
You can't blame.
I'm surprised you aren't
It's
out
best to
doing
think of them as,
spin
like,
control.
artificial humans.
The public gets nervous when your pets wander around the city without a leash.
Replicants aren't pets.
Right. Pets live longer and don't go around killing people.
Well, depends on the
They-
kind of pet, actually.
There are safeguards in the design.
Yeah, I've seen the data. Implanted memories, a 4-year lifespan. I'd probably get a little crazy too, but I don't think I'd start killing people.
Wouldn't you?
As I explained to Mr. Deckard earlier,
Well, they got
I've
him
given
too.
the Nexus 6 model a past. I've given it the purity and innocence of childhood. And all the joy and despair that comes with a real existence. That's hardly a death
I gave it a
sentence.
Twitter
That's
account,
life.
Mr. McCoy. A Twitter account.
I thought you
That's
weren't
the
meeting with
true
any more
meaning of
Blade
ma-
Runners
of
today.
distinguishing a replicant from a human.
Well, I decided to make an exception. Mr.
Soon, they'll be
McCoy, isn't
posting
it?
on Instagram.
You do understand the need for the Nexus 6 to have an identity.
Not really. No. I do see why a replicant who has an identity would want to steal Eisendaller's files.
Please, enlighten me.
They want more life.
They're wasting their time.
They're gonna come for you, just like they came for Eisendaller.
Yes, but I died
I
in
have
the movie,
nothing
so
to
I
fear
can't
from
possibly
any of
die
my
in this
children.
video game.
I tell them all exactly what I told you. Have I given you what you came here for?
I'm not sure. Yeah, maybe.
Then if you'll excuse me, I have a stockholder meeting to attend.
Now get out of my giant pyramid. That's totally not a statement. Gave it a Twitter account, now wants to kill all humanity. You may have fucked up. Well, they just want to live longer, not kill all humans. Maybe he's a replicant too, the guy there? No, but there's a good chance this game randomly selects whether McCoy is a replicant or not when you start up a new game. I think it's going in the my game is currently going the direction that he is a replicant. Anything else to do in here? Alright, so. Alright, I'm gonna guess we go to the nightclub now. Can you do the void comp test on yourself? I don't believe so. I think you need someone else to administer it. You ready to talk, madam?
How old are you?
Nope. Oh, here we go. Original cast members in the 1982 film who made cameo appearance in this game were Sean Young as Rachel, Byron James Leon, James Hong as Hannibal Chu, Joe Turkel as Dr. Eldon, Tyrell and William Sanderson as J.F. Sebastian. Yeah, they got a lot of them, except everyone for Harrison Ford. Couldn't get him, huh? What am I doing here? Do you think we suppose an AI to Twitter? There's already been AIs that have been made. Microsoft famously made an AI chatbot that had a Twitter account that you could chat to, and within a few hours it was posting Holocaust denial and racist shit because people were like spamming with other stuff to talk about. So they shut it down pretty quickly. I have a feeling Harrison Ford hates being. I have a feeling Harrison Ford hates being in movies too. He's like, it's a living.
Burley had the entire place wired. He even had cameras in the dressing rooms, and I bet the farm he was using them for more than security.
Didn't I saw like a video once of Harrison Ford apparently never watched any of the Indiana Jones movies he was in, And so he's actually paid to sit and watch him by like some kind of company once, and he's like, oh, they're like, oh, it's an adventure. Like, wait, you didn't realize that before? So again, I don't know how real that was, but it seemed authentic. Whatever was popular at the internet meant that that's what was getting people's attention. It just shit posted? Yeah, exactly. Apparently I didn't need to come here either. Where's the way up? Alright, into this room. What a weird way of getting to the other side of the building. You sit in this chair and it just spins around. Anything new?
What's your name?
Nope, just continue to perv on yo girls.
Hit me again. You pick the color.
Ah, 2 of 10, 10 of 2.
Why is it called that?
Let's just say it's a love potion.
Alright, I guess this is not right. I'm not sure where to go now. I guess maybe I go back to the police station and see if I got any, like, new stuff to do there. Like I said, that's the big flaw of a point-and-click adventure game. Unless you're really keen on paying attention to the details, you often just like, time to, like, do everything to see what's right. Yeah. Back in the car. I'll try police station for my apartment. Dude's outfit reminds you of Gillian Seed from Police Knots. Snake, Young, Disguise, and Metal Gear Solid 4. It's just like a regular trench coat, my man. That anyone wearing that would remind you of those characters, I guess. But again, you know, Kojima was very inspired by Blade Runner. Why he ripped off so much of it. For like, I believe those point-and-click adventure games he did. Not really much I do here, is there? Whoops.
Mainframe and shooting range.
Another retirement in the 4th sector today as a Blade Runner shot an alleged replicant in the middle of a crowded street. Lieutenant Edison Gusa, supervisor of the LPD's Rep DTEC unit, had this to say.
It was a good, clean takedown. The public should
is that
thank
where
us
Harrison
for
shot
retiring
the,
these skin jobs before they get into any
dancer
real
lady
trouble.
in the street?
You want to
Yeah, I
get that thing
scene.
out of my face before it ends up shooting film where the sun don't shine?
Was it Police Hunter or Snatcher? That was a Snatcher, I believe. Snatcher was like a lot of things mushed together.
Uploading personal clue database.
You had a bit of Terminator in there, you had Blade Runner. I mean, literally, the entirety of Snatcher is about robots that look like humans. That then they snatch people away, but there's like, you play as a cop who's meant to like find them. But so it is just straight up a ripoff of it. But they also made the robots look like Terminators for some reason. And then he weirdly called it Snatcher. Alright, no new photographs to examine. At some point I need to play that game.
You keeping busy, pal?
It even has that little robot Metal Gear you get in Metal Gear Solid 4. Well, technically Metal Gear Solid 4 has that robot in it, but you know. Keep clicking on myself. It's not doing me any good. Pakistani GameCube, if that's what you want to call it. Pretty sure it had an actual Mark 11 or something in Metal Gear Solid 4.
Ground floor. Mainframe and shooting range.
Talk to the chief. Oh wait, that dude.
Hey, you killed anyone yet?
Hey,
go home and get some rest.
This guy's like the G-Man in this game. He's just constantly following me around.
Hey, go home and get some
rest. Metal Gear Mark II was in the early builds of Metal Gear Solid 1, but it was cut because it was easily exploited. The PlayStation 1 couldn't handle it. You mean like you had a little robot you could directly control? what would you even do with it in that game? Oh, the chief is in here. Alright, I guess I'll go home. No idea else what I'll do. Scout room, the strat guards. I guess it's the same thing then. I never really used it in Metal Gear Solid 4 when I played it though. It felt like it was like not really that useful for me. Let me check the basement though. Either of you's ready to talk?
You look right at home in there, Izzo. You keeping busy, pal?
Please leave me alone.
I just come to taunt the
My
criminals from
migraine's
time to
acting
time. Complete global saturation. Yes. I'm glad you learned the meme. It's a very important part of the stream. No, I want to like go to... How do you like this game so far? Well, it's a point-and-click adventure game, so it's all about the plot and characters, which are all pretty good.
Roof.
It's a shame they couldn't make this like completely, truly modernize this game to like a well, that'd be a complete remake than a remaster, wouldn't it? So, like, I've never really truly been a big fan of point-and-click adventure games, so it can be a little like, tiresome at times. It's like looking around constantly for finding what you do next, like I am right now. So let me try my apartment. Maybe if I sleep, I'll get the next thing I go to.
Your floor number, please.
McCoy, 88F.
Resident Evil is also the same universe as Blade Runner.
Thank you.
Everything you've ever watched or played, chat, it's part of Blade Runner. Any interest in playing the first 2 seasons and spin-off seasons of Telltale Walking Dead games? Maybe eventually. And can I still get hold of them? I think I actually own both of them, actually. I know I own Season 2.
Here you go, baby.
I'm pretty sure I own Season 1 as well. Balcony. Let it all sink in. Just don't know if those were delisted or not. Even if they're delisted, if you've already bought it, you can still download the last updated version on it. It just means you wouldn't be able to buy it anymore.
Deprived.
Like there's a few games I bought when they came out years ago that you can't even, they aren't for sale anymore, but yeah, I can still download them since they're on my list. If you've heard of a game called The Stomping Grounds, it's like a dinosaur game before the dinosaur game everyone plays, a survival game. I actually got a copy of it when it launched, and it is pure shit. If you actually go on my channel and like scroll down near the bottom, you'll find the video I made on it. No, it's not Ark, but it's a game that came out before Ark about a survival game of dinosaurs. It was pure god-awful garbage. It barely worked. And it ended up being a scam because the developer just like ran off with all their Kickstarter money afterwards. And so then it got delisted, but I can still download it and play it if I wanted to. I don't know why I would, because it barely worked. But, you know what, that's one of the things that made me turn me off from that. You know what, maybe you shouldn't kickstart games. Or you know, give in to their Kickstarters.
Your floor number, please.
It's called The Stomping Grounds if you want to look up the history. I may have some of like the only footage of it out there on YouTube anymore. Lovely person up there walking on Legos. I mean, expensive Legos probably. But I don't think their Kickstarter was that successful, only like a few $100,000. Some of it had to have been spent on whatever that version of the game was. Even a crappy game costs money to make. Let's see, I didn't try the rich place in Nightclub Road, did I? Forgot to do that. It was a dinosaur game with the Native Americans for some reason. Well, you played like a tribesman in it, yeah. Or like a caveman kind of thing, I guess. But it did not work at all. Like, I remember trying to fish, and I could not for the life of me catch a fish. Is it Stomping Land? Yeah, Stomping Land or Stomping Grounds, whichever one it was. I remember it had a nice trailer, that's what got me interested. I was looking for anything that would get people to watch since the whole Titanfall thing had fallen apart. Have you ever streamed any Sonic games? I have not. I have not. I did buy Sonic Mania back when it came out. or like when it was on sale once, but I've never even played it yet. I'm thinking of playing that on my, Steam Deck at some point. I don't know if I really stream the game like that. Maybe I'll play the newer Sonic game, the open world one. Are you certain that Titanfall series died a slow death? Not really. I wasn't really that invested in it, despite having a channel dedicated to it at one point. I kind of like lost interest in it really quick. But for the people who bought it and loved it, I mean, I'm not gonna wish for like your game fucks up, fails. No. It just mishandled. I mean, technically it still lives in the form of that Battle Royale. That's just like the same universe, right? Which is also probably part of the same Blade Runner universe as well. I never realized it before Titanfall was part of Blade Runner. They got off-world colonies and stuff. Has to be. That's gonna be our meme for the night, isn't it? Everything is just a part of Blade Runner's universe. Wait, bro. Didn't the Korean mob get involved with Titan? I didn't know it was them. I just know that hackers were doing messing it up. Is there a lot of money in messing up a multiplayer game for the Korean mob? Didn't know you could make money off that.
Any luck finding more of that dragonfly jewelry?
Oh, see, I was right. Piece you showed me was part of a collection bought for a nightclub in 4th Sector.
You know the name of the nightclub owner?
No, senor. But my friend, he says the man is not selling.
Thanks for your help.
Oh, maybe now I can go to the nightclub.
How's business?
Good.
They got a clue.
Very good.
Sonic is part of the Blade Runner? I mean, yeah, it makes sense. I mean, where do you think Dr. Robotnik got his technology from?
I can't imagine a better stocking stuff.
He does nothing but he made a robot Sonic, which is basically just a replicant. Bullet Bob, you got anything new to teach me?
Locked.
Aren't there games that run RuneScape sweatshops? I know there's, there's like gold farming, sweatshops in some places for some MMOs.
Mia and Murray tell me you're using cheese in your stew. Real cheese.
Them old buzzards. What they know?
I could take a sample of that stew you're cooking back to the lab and have it tested.
Why you pick on Mama Isabella? I never do you no harm.
Where'd you get it?
My sister. She got connections.
Where can I find her?
She back in Jamaica, man. Far away from here. She send me cheese once, maybe twice a month. You know, funny thing you asking about the cheese. Last week, this ugly little man, he run by, grab whole box of empty takeout cartons right off the counter. Police next door, they just laugh. Say the guy not be so happy when he opened them cartons.
What's that have to do with the cheese?
Cheese hidden in that box, man. Keeping it safe till I cook up a new batch. So how could I tell police to bring back box? They find cheese, they shut me down.
This guy who robbed you, what did he look like?
Short, real short. Bad clothes, colors way too bright. Funny bow tie. Maybe you look for this ugly little deviant? I'm thinking you not really care about the cheese.
You're right, but I still think you ought to get yourself a different secret ingredient.
Yeah, don't use the real stuff.
That cheese been nothing but trouble for Mama Isabella.
I know Venezuela, there are guys who mind. Well, the Venezuelan economy I've always heard is pretty garbage, so digital money, like in WoW gold, is probably worth more. What is going on? Well, we're looking into like real cheese being used and by criminals because it's worth money, and something to do with an earring I found earlier in the game, The Last of Us Part 1 fossil size 75 gigabytes to compare the original. Only, well, that makes sense. They've made the textures higher res. You would expect as much.
Pour me one.
Oh, no, I don't want to keep buying alcohol.
One, but one good one.
Doesn't do anything for me. Just uses up my money. But where does Tails fit into the Blade? I don't know. There's always like a lot of mysteries in what's works in the Blade Runner universe. I'm learning it myself as we go. How much money do I have? Is like 600, shimshams or whatever the currency number is. Anything down here that I missed before? No. Alcohol is bad. Too much of it, definitely so. Drink in moderation, chat. Nope, still can't get across this.
That's impossible. That's impossible.
Hmm. No, stop. You'll drink to that. I mean, it is Friday. Yeah, this is normally your drinking night, right? Be kind to your liver from time to time. Alright, yeah, I don't need to go there. Alright. Morning, what's up, Midhouse? How you doing? How does the running of the blades? Well, we still don't know why they're called Blade Runners. It's just a good marketing term. But I'm currently looking for, real cheese. I'm not joking. What we're doing. It's a big issue. It's not... apparently no one's supposed to have real cheese. It's like not being allowed to own gold bars or something. I was kind to my liver, I gave it 2 whole days off from liquor. I mean, I'm sure it appreciated that. As long as it's not a lot of liquor, I'm sure you're still fine. Alright, they said the nightclub, right? Yeah, so we can go there. I wonder if we could find the guy who's stole the cheese in Chinatown, though. Did I know anyone short there with a bow tie? Yo, I've still been trying to get my coworkers to remember all the random racial groups I'm a part of, so you, the random streamer, are ahead of. I mean, it's just like Irish and black, right? Is that a lot to remember? Maybe the cheese is here. No. No, I guess there's nothing left here. No, go backwards, man. Let's go to the nightclub district again, because now I can do shit there. You'd be surprised. Well, Velveeta did say they're liquid gold. I don't like Velveeta though. Gross. Right, nightclub. Something's bound to happen this time, right?
Haven't I seen you around here before?
Yeah, I was in here the last 3 times. I didn't notice before, but there's a blow-up doll in the corner. Very tasteful. I assumed the nightclub would be where I go next, but maybe not. Morning, Joe. No, this is business, not pleasure. We're looking for killers, chat. Don't let your hormones, cloud your judgment. I'm likely getting my own apartment soon in the area where I'm moving. A guitar center wants... Hey, nice going, man. Congrats.
What's your name?
You did well. Glad you're moving up.
Hit me again. You pick the color.
To attend, 10
I'm just having this guy run around and get sloshed by
that?
drinking everything.
Let's just say, it's a love potion.
I don't know where to go. Wait, is there another option here? Oh, I've never been over this side before.
You got a minute, pal?
Sod off, McCoy. I've got no time for you.
You got a minute, pal?
Sod off, McCoy. I've got no time for you.
Good luck with the interview, Buns. Yeah, I'm sure you'll nail it. I believe in you. Okay, this way.
That's strange. I didn't hear a knock.
I just wanted to say, wow, you were awe-inspiring.
Well, thank you very much, Mr.
McCoy. Ray McCoy.
Is there something I can do for you, Mr. McCoy?
Wait, were you? Apparently, I guess she was like the lady outside, rubbing her ass. I don't know. I guess I can like talk to you here.
That's such an unusual belt. Is it antique?
Wait, are we doing the same thing that Harrison Ford did in the movie with the older lady, like putting on a voice?
Dragonflies?
Yes. And the whole class that contains
Do you remember that? That was a dumbass.
Tell you the truth, I'm from the LPD.
Harrison Ford tries to sound as nerdy as possible.
Is this about early Q? Because I could tell you.
Did any other pieces come with the belt?
I'm sure I don't know what you mean.
Well, he dropped the voice already, though. Must be taught in Blade Runner school.
Look, I want to warn you. There's a woman looking for you and your friends.
Why would anyone be looking for me?
You know what I'm talking about. It's real important that you get out of here.
Oh, damn. I'm glad she took the advice. Apparently, I've already decided to, like, help the replicants instead of kill them at this point. I keep telling them to leave. Though I could have also avoid counter, but I didn't know it'd, like, immediately go that direction. But, you know what, whatever. Means we're not killing as many people, I suppose. There are different ways you can play this game, so I'm pretty sure I could have, like, avoid counter and then, like, killed her for, like, being a replicant. Can you kill humans instead? You get in a lot of trouble. You can actually, that's one of the bad endings, because, yeah, there are some humans you can kill in the game, but you're not supposed to as a Blade Runner. Like, if you retire a human, you're done. Is the line, I believe. Good evening, Dartigan. What manner of 90s cheese is this game? This is a Blade Runner mule game. Point and click game, to be honest. But you know what? And right now we're in a strip club because any setting that's seedy enough will have one. So what if you just mistake a human for a replicant and you retire? You're fucked. You're not supposed to make the mistake. That's why you're supposed to be good at your job. No idea what I'm doing. I'm guessing I would have, like, chased that lady up here if I had, like, void comped her. Maybe got knocked through the, shot her through the window or something. Yeah, but that would have been nice to see. Fuck. I keep missing all the cool shit. I gave up on streaming. No, I did not give up. I finished disc 1 and now I'm taking a slight break from it before I go on to disc 2. Like I said, I wasn't going to play that game back to back every night. It's a lot of game to play. Alright, there is nothing to do up here. Yeah, I think we would have, if we would have, like, decided to, like, kill that lady because she's a replicant, we would have chased her up here and, like, shot her and she would have fallen through the window. Crap. I need to start killing things more often in this game. I love the FF stream. You'll get more, don't worry. The second disc is arguably, like, probably the best content in that game, actually. Okay, so I must have missed her performance somehow, too, in this game.
What's your name?
I was thinking that was her for a minute. I'm really fucking up this playthrough. Alright, moving on. Where to go next? I don't know. Parasite Eve streams were great too, especially the ultimate being with his mighty sack of chat. Wasn't a fun fight for me though, despite that. It was a pain in the ass. Maybe at some point I'll play the old Parasite Eve 2 for you.
Hey, man.
You're that cat from Howie Lee's. McCoy, right? We keep bumping into each other. You want an autograph? I know you ain't heard me yet, but Gordo Frizz's autograph's gonna be worth a pile of chinion someday.
I'll hold my breath. I'm gonna ask you a few questions.
Man, don't you got anything
Just
better to
coming
do than
back
hassle
from the
innocent
100-year
people at
company
their place of
party,
work?
and now a Dartigan
Make it
stream
snappy,
on my
okay?
100-year
I really
company
appreciate
party?
your patience.
Not many companies make it to that. Which company is it? Even if I'm literally almost dead, make sure you get some sleep though. Too much drinking or what?
You know the chef at Howie's?
That big flabby guy? Never seen him before.
You were hanging around right when he took off.
Pure coincidence. You are one hell of a suspicious cat, McCoy. Kick back, relax, watch my show. Take a little break from your boring existence.
Wait, I've only got to ask one question.
Hey, is everybody having a good time tonight? What does a marriage and a tornado have in common? First, there's a lot of
We're gonna
sucking
learn
and blowing,
comedy.
and then you lose your house. You know
Wait,
what my first
did he not
wife's
say
nickname
the
was?
sucking and blowing line?
Twister. The doctor calls up his patient. I got bad news and I got worse news. The bad news is you only got 24 hours to live. The patient says, what could be worse than that? The doctor says, I've been trying to reach you since yesterday.
This is what they thought comedy would be in
Guess what
2019.
happens to a replicant who does his job really well? Early
You
retirement,
know what? No
baby.
rhythm to the actual
I see we
comedy.
got a
Just like, hey,
celebrity
you know
in the
what this
audience.
has in common with
Can
this?
I get a spot, please?
This.
That's right.
That's the
it's
joke,
one of the
folks.
boys from the local Blade Runner unit. One of the LPD's finest, Ray McCoy. Let's give a big hand for Rep Detect McCoy. He's protecting us poor slobs, ladies and gentlemen. He even thinks you're a replicant. He can waste you right where you stand. Nice job, eh, detective?
I'm getting
Doesn't
hostile
quite
vibes here.
work that way.
How about yourself? You sure about yourself? Because I got some friends, they say they know you.
You're lying.
Yeah? My friends say you ain't a Blade Runner at all. They say you're a fraud. And look, here come the cops now. Let's have a big hand for the real police.
Huh?
This a troublemaker? Put your hands on top of your head.
That's right. Ray McCoy, Rep Detect, BR 61661.
Never heard of you.
I report to Lieutenant Guza. Call him.
I work for you? Let's go.
Where's your squad car?
Shut your mouth.
Which precinct are we going to?
I'll tell you which one.
Yeah, I don't think this other guy's a cop. Ow. God, my main character sucks so much. Have I read the book? No, but I've seen the movie.
This was no precinct house I'd ever been in, and I thought I'd been in them all. The grunt to my right had the beefy harness bull look down pat, and his twitchy partner in the suit looked like he was just itching to chainsaw a couple of kneecaps. Other than that, everything was hunky-dory.
Impersonating a police officer, huh? I guess the new Nexus models are a little more creative than the old ones.
I'm a Blade Runner. You don't believe me? Call Lieutenant Guza.
There ain't no Guza in the LPD.
Unless I've been walking around in a dream, there is.
That's what always bugs me. Yeah, the fact that these skin jobs always gotta live someone else's life.
No shit.
Just make the call, damn it.
You're just a piece of shit.
That's a
Rep
lot of
with
impact in
memory
that old
implants
gun
of
butt.
this Guza guy, you understand?
That's impossible.
Rep ain't sounding so creative now, huh?
You want to avoid comp me? Be my guest.
Oh, very good. Very good. Very convincing. Where you been hiding? The Kipple? Gregorian bring you in? Who else is working that side of the pool these days?
I don't know what you're talking about.
What about that bastard selling all that stuff downtown?
Hey,
What about the cheese? Tell us about it.
I'll tell you something.
Hey, Doctor, thank you for the
I
raid.
don't even care how you go out, but I know you can feel.
These like pre-animated
And on that
cutscenes have really weak audio, by the way. Really low.
Tell me about everyone you met through cars, and I'll guarantee you will go real easy.
Your breath smells like you wiped your ass with your teeth.
You're gonna wish you was neck deep in an off-road reactor vessel by the time.
Also, do you guys recognize this guy's voice?
Fire up the chair, Holly. You know what I'm gonna come back as in my next life? A priest. There's something holy about how good I am at this.
Fuck.
Freeze! Don't even go for it!
Oof, well, okay, that was random. Also, thank you, Dr. Baby, for the 16 months. Wow, you're blowing those off with a shotgun, are you? That's impressive.
You got any idea how glad I am to see you?
No time for chit-chat, Slim. You want to save your ass, we gotta blow this
Like,
joint
just
right
how did you
now.
do that? You literally blew my restraints off at a distance with a shotgun. No, it's not Nolan North either. Actually, don't know. I thought it sounded similar to like the guy who plays Liquid. He used to do a lot of voice acting for like games like this. In fact, I believe he was the main character in played the main character in like the Snatcher game from Kojima. So how did she just know to did she just know to do that? Which way am I going? Also, she derailed a train. Have you ever that character as Cuddy in House? Played Cuddy in House? I don't think I recall that character or that much of House. So where are we? Abandoned train station. I have no idea what's happening right now. Apparently, like some crooked cops arrested us because we might be a a replica. But then our tough as nails lady cop broke us free.
Good thing you made your entrance when you did.
Good thing one of my snitches saw them escort you out of the club. Otherwise, you'd be 3/4 in the bag right now.
They must have been phony cops hired by the reps for protection.
Cops, yes. Phony, no. I remembered Baker. He used to be an SID expert on coercive technique until he was fired from the force a couple years ago.
A mercenary?
Bingo.
You won't have to worry about getting paid no more.
That little weasel who works for Taffy.
Gordo?
He's one of them. You should have popped him right there on the stage.
Yeah, that would have been good publicity for the department.
That's your problem, McCoy. You worry too much about what people think. Now excuse me while I go collect. You in or out?
In.
Oh, shit. Get after it. I just saw him run this way. And I want to know, don't pick up the phone. Why is it so hard to chase people in this game?
Damn.
How do I go in there? I'm like clicking on it, but he goes that way. No. I'm not sure how to follow him.
Now this is what I call a captive
blown up.
audience.
You got nowhere to go, Gordo. You're a replicant.
Everyone's a critic. I've died on stage plenty of times. I'm used to it.
Why don't you let her go then?
I didn't say I was ready.
This is only gonna end one way, Gordo. You really want to take an innocent with you?
Nobody's innocent down here, lady.
I'd rather lose her than the dozen I'd lose if I let you go. You're a killer, pal, and you're not gonna change. That's how Tyrell built you.
An entertainer. That's all I ever was. That's all I ever wanted to be.
Guess his killer instinct wasn't quite killer enough. Screwed the pooch, Slim. You were just a little faster, the retirement money would have been yours.
You
I
mean
figured
we're
if I
not
was
gonna
Sean, I would
share?
have killed the lady.
This is the real world, Slim, not some candy-ass video game.
Ooh.
We better call this in. Your vehicle close by?
It's around here somewhere.
Where'd you park it?
I'm telling you, it was right here. Damn thing must have been
You've
stolen.
never seen the scene play out
Maybe
like
you're
that,
living in
where
an
the guy
alternate
went on
reality,
the street?
Slim.
Attention all units. All points bulletin has been issued for Ray.
I'm not sure how many differences,
formerly
like, stuff happens in the game, but I know there's quite a bit.
Confirmed one civilian kill. Ezo. Considered armed and dangerous.
What the hell is that?
Maybe they just want to bring you in for questioning.
I didn't kill Izo.
Maybe they think you're not what you think you are.
Are you saying I'm a rep? Come off it.
The look on your face after that last one, the minute you start to feel something for skin jobs, you're in big trouble.
The
Yeah, just got
shitload
too
of
much
differences, you know,
empathy.
so pretty sure, like,
In all the wrong places.
You want to
it's
put
kind
me
of
on
like
the
not
machine?
clear how you get them
Hey,
though, as they are in
I don't
other
want
games though.
anything, Slim.
Where you're like, oh,
You're the one they
decision
want.
point has been reached. Choose your option.
Seal BR61354 reports
So you never really know when you're like hitting like a branching path, I guess.
What are you gonna do? Take me in?
No matter what they say, you're not on my list yet, Slim. You know what that means. And there's no use juicing you if I can't make some honest chinning off it, you know?
Never appreciated your baser instinct so much.
Guza must have messed up somehow. I'll check it out, see what's going on, and then we'll be meeting again, Slim. You can bank on it.
You got a deal.
And get cracking before I change my mind.
Oh, hello.
Good God! Your old fogey stuff makes me want to spew. Excuse me, but I was listening to music. Geek, hoodlum, dork, freak.
There is someone at the door.
How would such an existence even work?
I have a return package for Mr. Luther Lance.
A return? From where?
Emil Runsiter.
What are you watching? A weird
Maybe
game.
one of the chimps blew a gasket.
This game is actually weirder than Blade Runner
They're
itself.
Not available. Come back later. Told you those strains were unstable. Runsiter must have discovered the fakes. Relax. Runsiter's a simp. Not even old man Tyrell.
Did he say simp?
Beauties.
Hey, mon.
20th century like a real drug man.
Listen here. Piss, do you
How you gonna smoke the ganja if you got two mouths, mon?
Cowboys.
Gentlemen, take a moment to evaluate your situation.
Look, there's very little to steal here. If you can haul out one of the statues, be our guest.
We look like thieves to you, man?
No. You look like a couple of goddamn...
Take a good, long look.
Aha! Just the people we were hoping to see, right, Lance? Huh? Nexus 6. And you came to us.
Return to you, my brothers, to ask your help.
Unfortunately, we don't work for the Tyrell Corporation anymore.
You've been continuing your research, I trust.
Yeah, of course. Something drives us on.
The common bond. Can you have greater miracles than these? Brothers, my brothers.
Brother!
Take a good, long look.
Oh my God.
Well now, shall we begin?
Yeah, I have no idea what that means.
You wake up one day and find it's all been a dream, or you wake up and discover you've been asleep all the time and the nightmare is real. I didn't know what it was. I didn't know who I was, a cop dangling on the short end of the stick, or a rep whose memory banks had run out. One thing I was sure of was that I didn't kill Izo. That I know I experienced. And this misinformation, maybe it was the key to everything that was happening. Maybe there was a lot more than what met my eye. All I had to do was stay alive long enough to find out.
I ain't even sad. Yeah, I don't really know what was going on in that scene. So let me save my game, by the way. So I guess he wanted to recruit those. Wait, those two. I'm guessing the Siamese twin isn't like a replicant, right? But he called them brothers, so I'm not really sure. All right, so I'm going back to the torture room. But anyone got a take on that?
I'd seen chairs like this one before, and not just in my recurring
They are.
dental
Clovis helped them
nightmares. It was an
see that they
old-time
are. Oh, why would they make a replica
soothsayer,
of two
a
heads,
torture
though?
device used to elicit confessions out of hardened criminals. Its use had been banned for 10 years now, but most cops knew it hadn't totally disappeared off the face of the earth.
This way. Oh, this room, huh? Breathe deep in here, you know. Someone must have been bored to make that. Explain later. How much of the game is left, by the way? I know this game isn't terribly long. We can go that way, or we can go this way. Let's go this way. Oh, we even have a sewer level, do we? Okay, now I'll go back the other way. You're in Act 4, I think 5 acts in total. Okay. The structure of this game is a bit weird, to put it simply. Oh shit! I can't kill humans. Oh fuck. I think I just saved my game. This is another replicant. He didn't even load. Just like, yeah, send him back in. Alright, so don't go up that way, apparently. Act 4 is the source. So we might be finishing this game tonight, is what I'm hearing. Up that way is literally just death. Unless I'm willing to shoot those guys. If I want to stick to, like, you know what, we're still a Blade Runner, goddammit. So we got there. Here, let's go over this way. I'm sure you'll finish it. Yeah, I was kind of thinking this would be a 3-stream game, but no, only 2. I'm fine with that. Let's see, not sure what there is to do here. Saving in now, I'm good. As long as I don't literally go in the tunnel out there, I'm fine. There's nothing here. Weird room. Sewers still look very clean, yes. I mean, honestly, this looks drinkable. Puzzle? Okay. Yeah, surprisingly, no puzzles in this game, are there? It's like talk and oh, really, that came right in front of my house, huh?
Your floor number, please.
McCoy, 88F.
88. Thank you.
Where's Maggie? Where's my animal?
Step off, motherfucker. Ain't no Maggie here.
You took my dog.
She was here last night when I left.
You got the wrong place, Jack.
Hey, man, I live here.
I don't know what you're speed loading, and I really don't care.
Things are getting weird.
Wait a minute.
I got no problem icing you if that's what you want, Jack.
Give me my dog. Oh, he just literally made me leave.
Your floor number, please.
No, it's got my name on it. It says McCoy still.
McCoy, 88F.
Destination locked.
Strange.
Your floor number, please.
They're messing with my head, chat.
Destination locked. Your floor number,
Can go
please.
up. Yeah, okay. Got to pay your rent. That just like that one day, huh? I don't have the car anymore either. Go to the station then. Yeah, I think it's pretty clear we're going for the replicant ending at this point. We gotta be with our people.
Locked. Locked.
Okay, so I can't go in there. Can't go into my apartment. The only thing I can go to, the sewer, is still right where I belong. Can't go that way. Alright, back down into the shithole. Maybe I do gotta go up there and just deal with the cops. Let me save my game though, because I don't want to like do it over again. What are your thoughts, chat? Tell me what's running through your mind right now. Wonder what's the more interesting playthrough though? Your play is like a replicant at the end, or you're just, you know, straight up Blade Runner? I gotta get ready to shoot though. Gun out. Right. We're killing humans now, I guess. It's in self-defense though, right? Oh, they're not. Oh, they're gone. Shit. Okay. You got nothing? Even you were like, I don't know what's happening anymore, Dartigan. Finally played as a Blade Runner today. First time since 97. Really? Is it really that hard to... I mean, you think it's like a 50-50, right? Between either one?
Hey, another one? Ain't you ever heard of private property?
Do you live down in the sewer, my friend? Oh, he's got pizza. That's contraband. Wondering when the sewer mutants show up? Those common in Blade Runner. You know the Fallout universe is part of Blade Runner, you know.
Hey, haven't I seen you somewhere before?
Wait, yeah, wasn't this the homeless guy at the beginning of the game? That we, like, paid money?
Chaser? Got that big dumb locks out the back of the sushi bar, remember?
Small world, ain't it?
Guess so. And
On
again,
the same path line that Civi 11 ended up on?
Room.
Well, there's two major path lines, whether you're like a replicant or a Blade Runner. And I'm clearly on the replicant path line, so... I think this part of the game gets way different if you're like playing as a Blade Runner.
You said another one when I came down the elevator.
Not a lot of people. Artificials.
How'd you know they were replicants?
Are you kidding? I can spot a skin job at 100 paces in the dark.
Describe them to me.
Sure you don't got that drink?
Maybe later.
Well, there's the Japanese guy with the coat and the glasses.
Skinny guy, blonde hair, ponytail?
Yeah, and the guy with the muscles and the funny hair.
Dreadlocks?
Right, I've seen him twice. And the two-headed guy, the fat man.
Fat man? The one I was chasing from the sushi bar.
Nah, the other fat man. You know him, rough voice.
Beginning, I think there isn't a non-replicant ending. No, there is definitely a non-replicant ending. The game, like, whenever you start a new game, I believe it actually will make a choice for you whether, you know, McCoy is a replicant or not. You don't really get a choice in that. It either is or it isn't.
How many times have you seen the fat man down here?
Actually, the only replicant I've killed in this game was the butcher guy at the beginning when he came out with me with a knife.
What was he doing?
Collecting guns like always.
Handguns? A blaster like mine?
Handguns, rifles, a whole arm full. Took them through that gate. Dumped them in the sewer. They're gone now. You sure you ain't got nothing to drink?
Can you describe him?
Yeah, rough guy. Barks out orders a lot. Everybody listens when he's around. A natural.
However, is there any reason why the police force would use a replicant on other replicants? No more.
Let me ask you something.
Cooked it be. Damn tasty.
Nope, I mean, it just seems like it makes for a cool plot twist, but it doesn't really make any sense why they would. Unless they just like being ironic in the police forces. Hello, I'm part of the irony department. This is just the plot of Blade Runner 2049. I mean, maybe it inspired it. This game came out well before that, you realize. Technically, it'd be that 2049 just uses this game's plot. Clearly a room that would have done something, maybe in the other side of the playthrough. Dangerous job, so no humans die. Well, like I said, the rest of the Blade Runners, I'm pretty sure aren't human. So for some reason, it's just like only when they got a very important one. What are they pumping down here? Didn't like 2049. Didn't think I need to. I still need to watch that. I've always like looked at the trailers and thought the cinematography and it looked really damn good. And that alone was enough to make me want to watch it. I just never have had time. Let's see. Well, oh, big fucking rat. What? Are you for real? Wait, no, this thing. I'm not starting back from there. We have a much. I died because of fucking rat. Really? What an incredible death scene. Rat too heavy, collapsed the board. Have you ever seen that happen in the game before? Didn't ever go up this way, did I? Happened in like one frame. Why is there so many like car wrecks of like going through walls and shit here everywhere? Oh, this is like the diner, right? Let's get back into the sewers. Gonna head off to bed. Hey, Squall, you have a good night, man. Thanks for stopping by. Shit. Can I actually wait? I can't. Can I not get back over there where I just was at? Alright, we're gonna reload because apparently I didn't need to come this way. It's a little messy. What's coming out of the drains, Mako? I don't know what, but I don't think it needs to be in the city's, like, sewer. This is gonna be giving somebody lymphoma. That's gonna be polluting the water. But it's just generic sci-fi ooze. It's like, you know what, how do we make sure we know it's a dystopia? Toxic waste everywhere. That's how you know. These people care nothing for the environment. Unfortunately, we gotta ask that guy questions again.
Hey, another one? Ain't you ever heard of private property?
What's coming out of the drains?
Hey, haven't I seen you somewhere before?
How many more days we got till that other Cyberpunk game where you play as a cat game comes out, chat?
Chaser? Got that
I think that's in July, isn't it?
out the back of the sushi bar, remember?
Small
Kind of looking forward to that one now.
Guess so.
No, I'm hoping it's more than just like you act as a cat in a nice environment. July?
This is where you live?
You could call it that.
You know your way around down here?
You got anything to drink?
July
My
9th.
trunk's
It's a bit further on than I thought, but still. People seem like they're... I'm worried that everyone's getting hype for that game, but it's gonna kind of suck. Hey Dartigan, it's me, Shot Ziba. Have you come up with a new name? Burrito. Actually, your old name was, more original. Yours is Burrito 6989 now.
You said another one when I came down the elevator.
Then again, burritos are nice.
People. Artificials.
How'd
what
you know
games
they
are we
were
getting
replicants?
hyped for? That game where you play as a cat in the cyberpunk world. It's like called Stray.
Paces in the dark.
Well, I'm worried
Describe
about
them
the
to
gameplay.
me.
This looked like a basic
You don't
platformer to me, to be honest with you. And then
Maybe
you'll
later.
character interaction,
Well,
so I'm not really sure what you do beyond your cat platforming.
Coat and the glasses.
What's the next video you're
Skinny
working
guy,
on? Next
blonde
video I'm
hair,
working on is the
ponytail?
quarry.
Yeah.
So I'm writing the script for that right now.
The guy with the muscles and the funny hair.
Dreadlocks?
Right, I've seen him twice. And the two-headed guy, the fat man.
Fat Man? The one I was chasing from the sushi bar.
Nah, the other fat man. You know him, rough voice, always eating.
How many times have you seen the Fat Man down here?
How did you enjoy the
Bunch
quarry?
of times.
Like, I've been asked this a couple
Last
times,
time weren't that
and
long
my
ago.
stance is basically...
What was he doing?
Where's my voice going?
Collecting
It's a
guns
fun
like
game to play with
always.
other people, despite it being a horror
Handguns?
game.
A blaster
Playing it
like
by
mine?
yourself, I don't think it'd be that interesting.
Handguns, rifles, a whole
Either
lot
live stream
full.
it or play with friends in the multiplayer mode of it.
Dump
Otherwise, I
them
don't
in
think
the
it's worth your
sewer.
money.
Yeah, go
It's
now.
basically the same as Until Dawn in that
Sure,
regard.
you
So
ain't
maybe if you liked Until Dawn a lot,
Can you describe them?
you'll be into it.
Yeah,
But I feel
rough
it's only
guy.
strong with
Bucks
an
out
audience.
orders a lot.
Save after this, I will.
Listen when he's around. Natural.
I don't want to make sure I die to the rat again. But yeah, I mean, it's just really campy horror.
Let me ask you something.
It doesn't really have much to add beyond that. Like, no, you're not gonna be impressed by any of the gameplay. It's just like, hey, walk around,
Damn tasty.
look at things and then wait for the trigger to happen. Finger looking good. A gun? Alright, this time we're gonna save. Alright, I'm gonna have the gun ready when I go through there. Spreading sherbet on my man booba. Why are you doing that for? Yo, watch me kill this rat. I shot it. I guess I'm supposed to run off it and before I shot it. God damn it. Try that again. Guess the idea is you run backwards. When you play Stray, are you gonna name your cat Dex? I don't know, do we get to name the cat? Yeah, the rat came out. Okay. Wow. God the hell. What is this rat? Is this the final boss of the game? The stupid rat puzzle? You clip my first rat death, you know what, it's probably worth it. But you're getting a lot more now, because I'm trying to shoot it, but then it still falls, and then it either claws me to death. I shot it! What do you want from me? Parasite Eve rats could shoot fire. Ah, this rod doesn't matter. It's got a trap laid on. What am I doing now? I'm trying to get over this lake of like ooze, and a rat keeps, you know, fucking me up. Oh, shit! Weirdly, you go back instantly instead of walking. Not entirely sure. Not entirely sure here. This is a bit funky. Maybe I should just run right past it. Nope, instant death. And we both die regardless. Okay. I can't shoot it in time, I can't run past it, and if I run away when it comes out, it just respawns back in there. Okay, maybe I need to take a step back on the board instead of... I can walk backwards? Nope. Shit. Okay, this is a fierce battle, chat. I think I can shoot beforehand. Cheese? I can't... this isn't a point-and-click adventure game where you can actually, like, go into your inventory and use stuff. It doesn't work that way. Oh, back up! Why wasn't he... Oh... This is nightmarish. Why is a rat so hard? Start blasting, you know? Yeah, if you shoot... Is this wrong? If I shoot the board... I guess you can't shoot while you're standing on it? Good night. Hey, Emperor, you have a good night, man. There we go. Okay, that's the solution. I had to run back. I couldn't shoot while I was on the board. Problem solved. Or not. Fuck. Fuck. Guess the weight of it still was there, but I figured it wouldn't matter. Alright, dead rat. Now I guess I walk backwards and it disappears and then I can get on it. You want a break now? Okay, weird ass puzzle.
No, we tried that already. Look, we know that the adenine, thymine, and guanine cytosine sequences can be mutated in progress. Let's move on. Hey, it's about time you showed up.
You know who I am?
Detective Ray McCoy. You're investigating Miraji's death. And Eisendoller's. Having any luck?
You're Luther and Lance?
Hell of a smart cookie there. Take your guns and your violence elsewhere. We've got important work to do.
Like how chat is like screaming, save. I will chat, don't worry. I need to wait for the cutscene to stop. But we know how to get past the rat now, so it's not that huge of an issue. Can we go that way? Check what's under this. Anything important there? No? Talk to the Siamese.
The reps that killed Marcus and Miraji, they'll be looking for you.
You're a little late, Detective. They've already found us.
So why are you still walking around?
Because we're all part of the same suit of cards, you know what I mean? Eldon makes mistakes just like any other human. The difference is the old bastard doesn't like to admit it. No, he covers them up, pretends they're human, gives them a job at a stinking corporation, and then when they actually produce original work, he boots them out on the street.
You're saying you're replicants?
We finally figured it out. Clovis helped us see the light.
But that's ridiculous. Tyrell wouldn't design something like you. He wants perfection.
I told you we were a mistake.
Keep talking.
Clovis showed us our incept photos.
So what?
That's a pretty damn good argument, you gotta admit.
Photos can be doctored.
So they are replicants? Yes.
Proof.
What if only one of them was a
Clovis
replicant,
said
though, and the
you'd
other
say
one
that.
was real? Now, there's a twist for you. 1/3 of the time we tell you to save, you go, don't worry. As long as I do it sometime, though. Oftentimes you guys are more concerned than I am, though. Alright, so... what are you working on?
What are you doing down here?
Eldon shafted us, so now we're returning the favor. We
I
promised
always love a
Clovis we'd be
laboratory
finished
set up
with
in
this
like
by
a
the time
horribly
he got
polluted
back, so
sewer.
if you
You know, a
don't
good
mind.
place to conduct sensitive and, experimentations. Won't, affect the science one bit. That'd be spicy twist if only one of them was a replicant. Yeah, how do you, like, deal with that?
Tyrell says the 4-year lifespan can't be extended.
Of course he's gonna say that, but he's wrong. Very wrong. We got the research right here that'll prove it.
Is it complete? Could you extend the life of a replicant right now?
Well, no. The 4-year limit is an integral part of every element of the replicant. Tyrell's dictate was that every body part would fail, and only the designers of each would know exactly how it worked. Clovis has already unlocked the secret of the skin. That was Miraji. Sebastian and Chu, they'd know about the central nervous system and the eyes. A lot of retrograde viruses were built into the eyes. And Tyrell, he's got the basic DNA pattern information, but he won't just give it up.
Did you tell Clovis all this?
He didn't ask, he already knew. He knows all about you,
So
too.
maybe there's an ultra good ending where you can get rid of your lifespan problem.
Where's Clovis now?
Gone to have a little
What
heart
is a
to
retrograde
heart
virus?
with Eldon.
He'll kill Tyrell if he gets to
a
him.
virus. It's part of your
Isn't that just
inception, I guess?
too bad? I won't shed any tears. Tyrell is killing us all. 4 years isn't enough, is it? If Clovis snaps his neck, it'll be merciful and quick. That's a hell of a lot more than we've been given.
Well, I don't really need to void comp you since I know.
Clovis set me up, didn't he? And he used my boss to do it.
He's sharp, this one. No question.
Tell me what you know.
How about we trade? Our life for yours.
Keep talking.
Clovis has gone to see
That's
Eldon.
not the ending. That's the main
But he
plot
might
of the
not
universe.
make it.
4-year lifespan. They aren't
Still,
going to
the
change
work
that.
will go on, with or
But
without
a game can
Clovis.
sometimes say, you know what, fuck it. No one's
Get
going
us
to care.
Tyrell's files. The rest of the DNA data.
These guys seem
will
convinced.
help you.
You want me to break into the Tyrell building for you? You're nuts.
Defective, yes. Nuts, no. You need us, McCoy. We can serve up Goose's carcass on a big, oversized platter.
What kind of deal did you have going with Runciter?
Don't talk to me about it. That was Lance's stupid deal. We just wanted to make some extra cash on the side.
That probably had something to do with you guys getting fired.
I'm sure he wasn't too pleased. Since Eldon's such a pain-in-the-ass control freak.
Did you meet Clovis through Runciter?
It was all just a coincidence.
No, yeah, void comp time
I got
now.
a little test I want you to take.
You believe this clown? He wants to void conf us. Sorry, McCoy. Shoot us or leave
Like,
us
we literally
alone.
just told you we're a replicant.
Let's get back to work.
But it's standard. Police, I got to. Alright, so I guess we need to break into Tyrell now? Weirdly enough. That's how Umbrella got the idea to stick their labs in sewers. I think there's a few places Umbrella won't stick a lab. Mansion basement? You'll check. Clown circus? Check. On a cruise ship? Check. Yeah, anywhere they'll put one. Can't believe that's still on from when I left it. Wait. How did we get here? Could I have just walked down there and found that earlier when I came here and I just didn't realize it? Or was it locked? Oh wait, they're gone now. Shit. Didn't know they would like disappear like that. It's locked. Why do you keep letting my... they're not my targets anymore. I'm wanted by the police too, essentially. And it's pretty much clearly a replicant myself, so why would I start killing them? I remember I did something here when I was doing this earlier, and you could click on that and it made a sound. Maybe that unlocked it and I could have gone down there then. I don't know. That was something you could do with, but I forgot to check. So we're replicants this playthrough? I think we're definitely a replicant this playthrough. Sucks I don't get the car anymore though. Thing in there.
Locked. No way through here. Locked.
No flying ray, true. I don't think, not sure what was over this way. Oh, this was the Bradbury building. I've already done what I need to do here. Did you get a cutscene when you flew to the Tyrell building for the first time? I don't remember if I did or not, actually.
Locked.
But I gotta go there now, I believe, to like steal something, right? So how do I get there? Problem is, I can't really travel anywhere now. I don't have a car. Let's wait. Okay, this puts me back here at the Yukon, but... Oh shit, what? Ow! What? Ow! No! No shooting! Hey, I need a room.
You seen any suspicious types around here lately?
Ali, that's all I do see. You think this is a Club Med or something?
Can't go back out that way. Shit, I don't really know how to get back to Tyrell building on foot. I'll get my gun ready, because I might get sort of blasted. We're gonna be shooting cops. I guess they just randomly appear sometimes to attack you. That's how that works. You need, yeah, I need to know which way I go to get to Tyrell. I don't have the car anymore. That's the subway. Feeling the sleeps. Have a great night. Have a good time, Karen. And also, good luck in your job interview. Go back where the twins were? Shit. Long way away, wasn't it? Actually, it's this way. There's a second hallway to the left before you go up the stairs. Ooh. I call this elevator back up. Ooh, I guess that's... Oh, what? Okay, yeah, that's how that works. No rat? No rat. Oh, they're back now. So there's a second hallway to the left before you go up the stairs, so in here.
Stick around. I may not be finished with you.
Oh, you can barely see that. Okay. The vent. Oh, you can just that easy to break into Tyrell, is it? They're going, yeah, we got a secret access tunnel. Why'd that guy have to pretend to be a delivery man then if he could just get in that way?
Hey, yo! Stop!
Oh, shit. What? Huh? Oh, that was me getting put in jail. I was gonna go up and talk to the guy. I'm running into those, like, you know, classic, like, you know, adventure game death areas if you click on them. Get in the elevator as fast as you can, you just run right past them. Oh, that's weird. What was that? I didn't get to see it. Was that the data it was just sitting on the desk? He's like, here's the data you need on the DNA. That's an easy theft, you know. Like, what? Like, yeah, it was just sitting up for me.
Hey, stop!
No, I want to use the secret tunnel. Yeah, what an amazing... I'm a criminal mastermind, I tell you. Yeah, it was actually really easy to get that, you know, stuff, man. Why didn't you guys do that months ago?
I think I got what you wanted from Tyrell's office.
Check it out, bro. The little man with the big gun did good.
A bargain's a bargain. You said you'd give me Guza.
It's all right here. Your boss is a real piece of work, let me tell you. Almost as good as Tyrell. Take a look.
That probably had something to do with you guys getting fired. Guza had his fingers in as many rancid pies as possible. He was insatiable. He sold police equipment, ripped off criminals, and he even killed. And here were documents that proved it all. Depositions, photographs, video discs. It was the complete file on Guza, the dirty cop. Where'd you get this?
From Clovis. He told us to hold it for him. Come to think of it, I'm not sure you're supposed to see it. You want to give it back now?
Not a chance.
Let him have it. Clovis said he was finished with the policeman anyway.
A little light started to flicker in my brain. Guza was the one measuring me for the frame. When my stomach stopped churning, I realized I had everything I needed to force the bastard to play ball with me. I knew that he would listen to reason, if applied with serious pressure. All I needed to do was call him.
Hey, you got a phone? The only phone I can think of is the one that's in that nightclub.
Stick around. I may not be finished with you.
Is that where I gotta go to make my call? Well, not upstairs. Oh, there's one upstairs. How's the blade running? I'm confusing. Is there a phone in here? Oh yeah, this thing.
Yeah.
Been messing with people's lives lately?
McCoy, where the hell you been? We've been looking all over for you.
Yeah? Am I wanted dead or alive?
You don't know what you are, kid.
You can sell that replicant shit to everybody else, but I ain't buying.
If you're so clean, let's put you on the machine. That'll decide once and for all.
I'm through listening, Guza. Now it's your turn. I've been doing some investigating on my own. Came across some prime sources. You know what I'm talking about. Those little illegal weapons deals with Ezo. You were raking in the chinion, selling LPD wares to scumbags and reps. Oh yeah. The department's gonna eat it up when they hear just how deep that corruption goes.
That's a load of crap.
Let's hope for your sake Bryant and the brass feel that way when I lay this file on them. Otherwise it's a one-way ticket to the off-world penal colony, fat man.
What do you want, McCoy?
Remove the frame, clear my name, and get that guy out of my apartment. I want my life back.
I can't do that.
You better start finding a way, 'cause I got another call to make.
Okay. How do we work this out? We can't talk over the damn phone.
The sewers. I know
Yes.
you want to be comfortable, and I figure it's kind of like your second home down there. The bottom of the old elevator, there's a gate. Past it, there's a chamber. It's got a round
Oh,
platform.
that one. I was wondering why that seemed so significant.
Be there, alone. And you better hold up your end, or Bryant gets it all.
Harrison Ford, you know, well, he's really, what he's doing, Chet, is he's channeling Harrison Ford narration from the opening of Blade Runner. He's doing a good job of that, actually. Crimes of passion, the city, that kind of stuff. Hi, Dart, how's your day going? Yeah, I'm streaming, so it's good. I think that platform is back this way, right? Yeah. But yeah, I'm good. I mean, I got nothing to complain about. Life is good for me. Yeah, I think it's right up here, wasn't it? Let me save game though. Is this that Noirville? Well, yeah, Blade Runner is like built off Noir. Cyberpunk really is just an extension of Noir from like the 1920s to like the future. Oh well. We chose a good place for it, didn't we?
Did you get that asshole out of my apartment?
It's cleaner than when you left it.
My dog?
Yeah, your pooch is there too.
I don't believe you.
That everything I need to clear me?
I gotta tell you, kid, those inset photos look pretty real.
Let me guess. Clovis gave them to you.
It must seem pretty gullible, but he sounded on the level. He called you his brother. Said you came down in the moon bus with all of them. He said Tyrell was using you to get inside the LPD. You hadn't been on the job too long, so I thought, maybe.
You'd screw with my head? How convenient. You could satisfy your blackmailer and keep me from sniffing around your dirty work at the same time.
You're too smart for me, kid. Water under the bridge. You ready to talk trade?
You go to sleep to this game's soundtrack? What do you mean? You know, the actual
I got it
Blade
all
Runner
right
soundtrack
here.
would be better.
Photos, files, discs, the works. It ain't a pretty sight.
You can't blame a guy for trying to better himself.
Trying is one thing. Ripping off speed loaders and selling the shit yourself? Farming out LPD weapons through black marketeers? Torching two pimps who wouldn't pay you off when you were working Vice?
Hey, those two had it coming.
How long did you think it could last?
It finally reaches the point where you don't even think about what happened yesterday. Only what's coming to you tomorrow. 20 years in the job, kid, and nobody was gonna touch me.
Helping reps also part of the job?
I was gonna whack him myself once the heat was off. Tie up those loose ends.
Once I was out of the way.
Clovis is still gonna come gunning for me, kid. You and Chris gotta take him down. Then my problems are over. Our problems are over. And we can all live happily ever after.
There's no way I'm retiring another rep. Not after what I've been through. It ain't worth it. Do it yourself.
Hell, kid, you're my only hope. If they knew I was meeting you, I'd be dead already. And I know I got what you want.
Does it make any difference now?
We had a deal.
This would be a lot more powerful if it actually had cinematic camera angles.
That's the difference between you and me. I'm a fighter. What the hell are you?
I see we were right to follow him, Sadiq.
Uh-oh.
Looks that way, man.
You might as well give it up, Clovis. You and your people don't have a chance.
We stand a greater chance of success than you, Lieutenant.
McCoy and I were just talking about how to get you guys out of your jam. We came up with a plan. But you gotta show yourself first. We gotta do this in person.
And if I told you that Sadiq has a pulse rifle trained right at your
Oh,
heart...
pulse rifles. Is it the one from Aliens?
Without me, you for sure ain't going
I
nowhere.
love the sound effect. Can you fire off a blast?
Lieutenant, we have everything we need. And that doesn't include you.
Too bad we're becoming such good friends.
Whatever is born of mortal birth must be consumed with the earth. To rise from generation free. Then what have I to do with thee?
Kiss my ass.
So, what shall we do with this detective? He's been so persistent, so industrious.
Where exactly are they?
You know what I would do.
Perhaps you're right. It's over.
Oh shit. Run. Ow. I gotta listen to that entire conversation again now. Fucking hell. Oh, game. Stop doing that shit. I gotta. You can't really speed through conversations either, you know. Or can you?
It might, yeah. I gotta tell you, kid, those inset photos look pretty real.
You can't.
I want you.
Yeah, you know with it.
I see we
Yeah,
were
this
right
is a
to
classic
follow him,
point-click
Sadiq.
adventure game where you just have death states. Though not quite as bad as, say, like some of the older ones.
You might as well give it up, Clovis. You and your people don't have a chance.
We stand a
Some of the
greater
stuff you
chance of
can't
success than
speed
you,
through.
Lieutenant.
McCoy and I were just talking about how to get you guys out of your
Grab my
jam.
stuff and like run.
We came up with a plan.
King's Quest, yeah, King's Quest is famous
You
for
gotta
like
show
everything
yourself
nearly
first.
killing you.
We gotta do this in person.
And if I told you that Sadiq has a pulse rifle trained right at your heart,
Without me, you for sure ain't going nowhere.
Lieutenant,
I could actually
we
shoot him
have
myself.
everything we need, and that doesn't include you.
Too bad we're becoming such good friends.
Whatever is born of mortal birth must be consumed with the earth. To rise from generation free. Then what have I to do with thee?
Kiss my ass.
So.
Wait, you didn't let us finish talking. Alright, I have... Okay, I've got less stuff that clears my name. Now I don't know where they're still back there. Amazing line. Hey, he likes poetry. checking my head in and see if you guys are still, like, in there killing people, no? Go back. Oh yeah, I did get my place back. Let me go check on my dog. Let's see, there was a way back to my place through the sewer, right? Yeah, well, he's a tired ass cop, Chad. He ain't got time to come up with, like, really good, like, you know, death lines. The best he's got. He's an exhausted man. Oh shit! What?
You're making me very unhappy, old friend.
Oh fuck! Oh shit! I was gonna shoot him. What? Game, you're weird. Let's try. Okay, I guess I'm dead again. Okay. I was trying to shoot him, but he wouldn't let me.
Too bad. We're becoming such good friends.
Whatever is born of mortal birth.
That's what you get for not letting me, like, do my line.
To
you can't shoot him, it doesn't seem so.
Free.
It automatically pulled my gun out though, so it was a bit bizarre. Clap. He like ran up behind me and like did a judo chop.
My ass.
I'm guessing he's a combat model and I'm not. Actually, since I'm a replicant, shouldn't I have like really increased strength or something to be like just grab people and like chuck them? That's what a replicant can do, right? I'm gonna save before I go through there.
You're making me very unhappy, old friend.
Okay, just run. And he doesn't give chase. Are you a rep or a sim? I'm pretty sure my character's a rep, Zeal, in this game right now. Everything is pointing toward it at the very least. I mean, that guy even called me old friend.
Tough day, McCoy.
You could say that.
Steele is looking for you, and Bryant. You've been keeping the whole department hopping, you and Guza.
I know. You looking for me too, Gaff?
Looking, not killing. I'm in a good mood today. You know you got some interesting neighbors, McCoy.
Yeah, well, I've been too busy to visit lately.
You gonna turn yourself in?
I'm thinking about it.
Think hard. You killed anyone yet? It's like I said before. You retire a human, your career is over. Your life too, maybe.
Yeah, it's I haven't actually killed anyone except that one replica at the beginning of the game.
But we don't live forever, do we?
They just kind of included him randomly in the game as like the G-Man that appears sometime to time. Like, hey, have you killed anyone yet? Just checking. Alright, back to my apartment. Hope my dog's okay. Oh, what?
And so I say, well, you should have voted for him then.
Very good. Very funny, yes. Governor, let's get down to business. At last estimate, 5 billion tons of kipple surround this city. Eventually, it's going to have to be cleared away.
Elgin, we've got specials to do that job.
But the attrition rate is enormous. No. There's only one way it can be accomplished. My way.
Unfortunately, your way is illegal.
For the moment, yes. But laws can be changed. And if replicants were allowed to work on Earth, imagine what your legacy would be. Governor Maurice Colvig, the national hero who eliminated toxic debris. Even your opponents will vote for you.
How can you possibly guarantee...
The world of Blade Runner comes after like a nuclear war, didn't it?
It's a very simple solution to an old design challenge. Give them jobs on Earth, and they will never design.
You think we'll get the prequel to Blade Runner one day to see what happened? That's the next logical movie to make, right?
It's one of my children, I think, and a very resourceful one at that. Why don't you show yourself?
With pleasure.
Call security.
Who is this man?
I'd like to ask the same question.
One more word from him, and he'll be dead.
I will not be spoken.
Oof.
You're certainly a man of your word.
I want all the data you have on replicant DNA structures, the mutation studies, everything.
Why don't you just take a seat? We'll have a little talk.
I don't have time for talk.
I wish I could help you. I really do.
I have to go appear in the near the finale of Blade Runner the movie, you see.
My stand is unalterable.
My friends, my family, dying before my very eyes, and all you can say is, there is no hope.
Time is precious, my son, and you have been keeping yours well.
And when night comes, I'll go to place fit for woe, walking along the darkened valley with silent melancholy.
I would prefer him alive if possible.
What does that mean? That man jumped out of like a mile-high pyramid building.
Have you stationed guards in the mezzanine?
How could he possibly escape?
I mean, after that fall.
Oh, don't be a fool. He's not dead yet. His time hasn't come.
Yes, he can survive.
Oh, God. No.
What? Can't be that bad, right?
It wasn't any mystery, and if I'd gotten home a few minutes earlier, it would have been me down there on the killing floor.
Is that my
No, it
dog
was a
dead on the
message,
ground?
Plain and simple. Crystal was giving me one last chance to disappear, but now I had a little message of my own to deliver.
They killed my dog. Where's my phone, by the way?
She'd been shot once in the head. At least she died fast.
Why?
She'd been shot once in the head. At least she died fast.
Bastard. Okay, someone's calling me. Is it this my phone? No.
Nothing.
So who shot the dog? Was it the guy who was like living in my place before me, or was it like they said Crystal?
Pick up.
I didn't think you were going to answer.
Sorry, but I was just...
Why would you shoot my dog,
sleeping.
though?
What's going on?
Father wants to meet you. He said he's sorry about everything he did, but he was afraid you'd lead the other hunter to them.
Where is he now?
Out in the Kipple, by the moon bus. Way out, where the tunnel ends.
Tell him to stay where he is, until I can find a way for all of us to escape.
But I thought we were going away together. Just you and me.
Maybe we'll do it after I talk to him.
You promise? We could buy a car from that place next to the arcade.
A ground car wouldn't get us too far.
One of those flying cars would, though. It could take us all the way out to that beautiful lake. You know, the one with the trees and the flowers.
Lucy, there's a good chance...
I'll meet you there, okay? At the place where he sells the cars.
Wait, Lucy...
Oh, I love you so much, Ray.
So we could just like, you know what, fuck it, we're gonna go like, go leave with Lucy. Instead. Who's shooting dogs? Apparently my cop friend. He killed my dog. It was a real dog too. I don't know why.
Portrait of the sleep-deprived.
So I guess my option now is to go to the place that sells cars and just leave with Lucy, or go to the Tyrell factory, or is it... Oh no, it's let's go to the, like, the Kipple thing, right? Which I'm guessing I gotta go through the tunnels to get to? You got two options, yeah. I'm thinking I might go with Lucy, actually. Because I didn't know that was even an option. I didn't know we were romancing her, to be honest with you.
Your floor number, please. Destination locked. Your floor number, please.
Can you get with the cop that has the nice ass? Maybe, but I don't think I'm on that path.
Ground floor.
Also, Lucky NPC, thank you for your Prime sub, man. Your first time subbing as well, I believe. Thank you. Run away with a 13-year-old. Well, technically we're all like under the age of 4. So the Kipple, I'm guessing you go into the sewers or go underground to find that somewhere. And Lucy was by like the car place. Thing is, it's hard to navigate because I've been using the cop car to get away. I mean, go everywhere.
Locked.
Actually, I think I have to use the tunnels regardless of where I'm going. I'm guessing, though, we'll only get, like, a proper finale if we go to the Kipple, though, and maybe fight the other replicants. Because they don't seem like they like me very much, regardless. I'm not really sure which one to do. I'm guessing we go to the Lucy, we'll have to deal with the cop lady. Go to the Kipple, we'll be dealing with the replicant guy. Let's see. Thing is, I don't know where to go from here, like, how to get anywhere. There's this, up this way, but I don't know if that's it. Save and do both? I guess we could. Up? You mean there? That's the only way to, oh, I figured that. But up. Then we got this. Yeah, this room didn't really. I never could do anything here. Up to the Kipple? Up to this. Is this to the Kipple? Because I can't move along this path at all. There's like no... Oh, okay, actually. Yeah, well, let's see the Kipple one first then. Oh shit, big rats! Alright, so... Luckily I saved before you're coming in here, so I guess we're good. Down. This way. I can't believe like the big enemy you fight in this game for the most part is just giant fucking rats.
You almost got away with it, Slim.
Oh, it's her.
And I expected so much more from you.
Why'd you have to kill her?
Who? The mutt? The artificial pet of a replicant? What'd you think I'd do?
Show some mercy?
Well, I guess that's why you're there, and I'm here. Now,
Look at your ass one more time.
Why don't you explain to me what you're doing out here, Slim? Maybe you can ease my suspicious mind.
I'm just checking it out.
Just doing a little sightseeing?
That's right.
Right. And not 50 yards from your pal Clovis and the moon bus you hijacked. You're not convincing me too good, Slim.
You gonna shoot me down right here?
It's as good a place as any. Maybe you want to go in the machine now? See if you can answer this question.
Wow, that was a hell of a shootout.
What a waste. What a waste. What a waste. What a waste.
What is this? Is that like a baby? You know what? It's sometimes weird. There's a reason you don't really see much combat in point-and-click games, because it always looks like that. There's only been a few point-and-click games that do combat, like you'll... what was the Full Throttle had you do bike melee? And that reminded me of that.
What a waste.
Like, very awkward to look at. Get my gun out. I might have more shooting to do. I shot her 20 times. I think only one of them counted, though. This actress played Dr. Cuddy in the show House. Yeah, people were talking about it earlier. Yeah, some people are just good at doing, like,
wondering when you make it out here.
Took a little while to realize where I belonged.
The maker built you right.
What about you, Sadiq? Aren't you a killer?
My woman? She be killed by a Blade Runner. Revenge all I got left. So yeah, I be a killer now.
I understand.
Truth be told, killing don't help much.
The moon bus up and running yet?
All it needs is fuel. Clovis wants to see you. Bring you back into family. I say, he proved himself. Welcome
So
back.
who changed our
One happy
memories to make
family?
us think we're a Blade
Got
Runner?
to be something around here, man. Old reactor cores. Anything still gotta glow. The generator, it take almost anything.
Pretty sure I can still like decide to shoot them. Yeah, I can if I wanted to. Like, yeah, time to clear them all out. Got them all in one place.
You find me something for the engines, man?
Oh well, there looks like there's a dead
Not yet.
baby back there.
You said yourself Clovis wants to see me.
So does every playthrough change if you're a human? There's like two different. I think the last act is like the biggest difference between whether you're being a human or a replicant. But there's also a lot of different like choices you make throughout the game that you don't even realize you're making. It's a tad too deep for his point and click. I need to find something for the engine, huh? Can we burn her?
What a waste.
Throw her in the engine, burn it. This thing. Adios. Hey, don't open. You have a good night if you're leaving. It's this way. What the fuck?
Nothing else there.
Okay, this is just like other stuff. 6 endings, 12 permutations. Here, I found a piece of junk.
For real, I'm thinking. Going. You see Clovis. He not got too much time left.
Ooh. But I got the DNA data and everything.
Welcome, brother. We have very little time.
I spoke to Sadiq. He's installing the power source right now.
Excellent. And do you have something for me?
I guess.
DNA information?
He's a hunter no more. He has come home. It's time to go, my friend.
Where are we going?
To the heavens, brother. To fulfill our destinies off-world.
Hey, Daciana, just in time. 51 months as well. I'm dying, but happy to see you playing this. No, have you played this before? But actually, we just got our first ending, actually. We were a replicant, and we, like, decided to join our murderous brothers. But how you been? However, we're gonna like reload and get that Lucy ending as well. I'm only gonna get the 2 endings though. That's all I care about. So no, we're gonna reload and see Lucy's ending. Oh, that guy's like, time to leave like a unicorn here or something. I wonder, is there an ending where he kills you? Cat. It would be funny if everyone thought you were a replicant, but it turns out maybe there's an ending like that. Right, quickly. Let us, how do we get to Lucy from here? Which way do I go? I'm guessing back this way. I can also do an ending where I shoot all those guys. I'm not sure which way short game? Yeah, it's a point-and-click adventure game. They're usually pretty short. This one's also incredibly confusing. You gotta get to the ladder underneath the car place, which is where? PSA, it's summertime, people hydrate regularly, especially if it's hot. I've been drinking a lot of tea. Not 100% sure, to be honest. I've never done that ending.
The tunnel stretched for miles. I was sure it came out somewhere, but I didn't have time to find out.
Oh, okay. Then why have this screen? Whoops. Tunnel is where you drive? Oh, I must be close then. Maybe it's down this way, actually. Yeah, I've been here before. That leads back up there. Let me go. Let me try the. We'll go this way. Yeah, this is where... I don't think this is correct. Go back to the tunnel? I mean, I have to. Nothing out this way. 30 minutes of drive to work for an hour, wait to get my patient up for a 5-minute case. Damn. That's the price you pay for being on call, I guess, though. This big tunnel, you mean? What about it? I mean, I can't go down, and I can only go that way or up that way, which is nowhere. What's up, Dread Melinda? How you doing tonight? Welcome back. Go up? I mean, I did. Remember, it wouldn't let me. There was no, it was just like another big tunnel, and there was a ladder there I was missing. To the left hole on the wall? You mean before I got in here, or right now? Oh, that is so hard to see. God, they really need 2D backgrounds, man. You need to be careful when you design something, because that did not look like something I could click on. Ah, here we are. This guy exists only so you can buy a car from him.
I hope you got paperwork for all these vehicles.
Are we kids or what, Ray? You're talking to Crazy Legs Larry Hirsch here.
I take that as a yes.
You can take it any way you want. Just don't take it for a test
You
drive.
just kill
in
the
fourth
NPC
sector.
if you want, not everyone. Buying a car.
Hey, keep your paws off that, Ray.
Okay. I guess she's outside of it. There you are.
I knew you'd come.
I promised you, didn't I?
Father wanted me to stay with him, but when I told him I was going with you, he gave us his blessing.
He's an extraordinary guy.
I know.
You gonna miss him?
Of course. But now that I have you, everything will be all right, won't it?
Sure will.
Promise me that we're going to find that special place. The one with the trees and the flowers and the beautiful clear lake.
I don't think any of that exists anymore.
Somewhere.
It's so much more than a dream, isn't it? It's where we were always meant to be. And we'll be there, together.
Yeah, give me the cheapest car you got, pal.
How's it going, Ray? Wait a minute, I thought you was going to arrest her.
You don't get paid the big bucks to think, Crazy. Any of your spinners up and running?
Sure. Got one up on the roof. A real beaut. Ain't a cheap ride, though, I'll tell you right now.
I gotta take it for a test drive.
Ray, I always liked you. True, I hardly know you. You seem like a stand-up guy. Eventually, when this fiasco's all over and done with, I know you'll get me on the come, right?
You're a stand-up guy, Crazy.
That I am. Want me to tell your friend where you're going?
Friend?
You know, the doll with the cigarette. She told me you were in trouble and she wanted to help. What should I tell her?
Ray.
You tell her we're headed south.
10-4.
I'm scared, Ray.
Crystal ain't gonna let up until we're both 6 feet under.
It's like Cowboy Bebop. It's just a dream, huh?
Ray.
What?
Evening, Slim.
Uh-oh.
Thanks for bringing her here. Makes my end a hell of a lot easier.
You're the coldest person I've ever seen when it comes to killing.
I'll take that as a compliment.
How did it feel to kill an innocent animal?
Wake up,
You
Slim.
killed my
the
dog.
mutt was a replicant, just like its master.
Bullshit.
You're more confused than the damn dog was when I pulled the plug.
She was real, Steel. No two ways about it.
Nobody gives a damn. All three of you will be nothing but a memory anyhow. And I'll be a rich lady.
You didn't realize I had a gun armed with like 100 shots,
Nice.
did you?
Shot there, Slim.
I can just spam it.
You couldn't leave well enough alone.
See you again. Real soon. Oh, I forgot. You reps don't have a soul.
No. Get in the car.
I'm scared, Ray.
Let's go. There's nothing here for us anymore.
Hit her with a rapid... Yeah, I turned on the auto. I have a
Can you
fire
get it
selection
working?
switch, you realize.
We'll have to find something else. Maybe a ground car.
Oh, what? She stole... She shot up my car.
Locked. Locked.
Guess we go back down and get a new... I need a different car. You got one done?
It's all over, McCoy. You got nowhere to go and no hostages. You got 2 minutes. Then we're gonna clear you out.
I won't let them shoot us down like that.
Where'd you get that bomb?
What?
I stole it from Sadiq. We can die together.
What?
The only thing we'll feel is the love we have for each other.
Hold up.
I refuse to go out that way.
We have no other choice.
Hold up,
We've
girl.
got
Hold
to.
up.
Wait a minute. We're right on top of the old subway system.
But they'll follow us.
Not if we can get a ground car down there. Hell, we can drive right through
They're
that
shooting
tunnel
like
and
run away with this
disappear.
crazy bitch.
What if it's collapsed?
It's worth a shot.
Uh,
Let me try to get the floor open. Arm that thing, all right? But wait for my signal before you drop it in. Now!
You never did this ending? It seems a bit cracked. Alright. Get down the stairs.
Come on, they'll be coming through the door any second.
Alright. Take off into the sewer
I
tunnel.
knew we'd make it. Are you ready?
Yes, I am.
How
I
romantic.
didn't know where we were going, and I didn't much care. Away from the city first, and then as far as this heap could take us.
This car is controlled by like 2 controllers instead of a steering wheel. Cops waiting at the end of the tunnel and gun. I think like everything else outside the city is like a radioactive wasteland, so I don't know. Don't think it matters. Good evening, it's my birthday in 11 minutes. Hey, early good birthday then. Oh, well. Things didn't go well for Sadiq. But happy birthday, Gallant. Hope you got a big day planned for yourself. Alright, one more ending, chat. We're gonna go to the replicant base and kill them all ourselves. Okay, that was... Was that over here? Or where that was again? Oh yeah, it was up this way, wasn't it? Get my gun ready. Gash him, yeah, that's what the the origami meets. You know what? They should have had more of this awkward ass combat in the game. I'd like me to just what do we need for enemies? Just some random rats.
You almost got away with it, Slim.
What?
I'm
that.
You're not
You
good.
Only needed one shot that time. I've gotten better at this. How long was the walking around with the bomb? Apparently she just like thought she might need it. Turned out it was a good idea. That still made her seem like a really insane idiot though. Let's die together.
Brother man, wondering when you make took them.
Yeah, we're gonna shoot you.
You got a protective suit or something? If I handle any radioactive waste, I'm liable to melt.
You don't need no suit, man. Your skin, it be plenty good enough. The maker built you right.
Can I not shoot him? Oh, I guess I can't. Oh, there we go. It's not rapid fire. Can I shoot? There we go. Bizarre. Let's go kill Sadiq.
I've been expecting you.
They're all dead. You're the last one.
I wish I could just leave. Just power up this ship and fly away. But there's nowhere else to go.
Got a fun day planned? Hey, good job, man.
And no more time.
You want me to feel sorry for you?
Why are you so short all of a sudden?
You, Ray McCoy. After what you did to my family.
I didn't do anything. I actually let most of them, all of them live, except for the guy outside.
Do you not also seek forgiveness?
I don't need to.
I thought I could cheat my destiny. I should have cherished what little time I had instead of wasting even one precious minute on revenge. My hands are labored day and night, and ease comes never in my sight. My wife has no indulgence given except what comes to her from heaven. We eat little, we drink less. This earth breeds not our happiness.
Is there a reason they give replicants only a 4-year lifespan, though? I can't really think of a good one.
We are not warmed with thy beams. Thou measurest not the time to me, nor yet the space that I do see. My mind is not with thy light arrayed.
Raider may want to play God a bit. I mean, it doesn't really make any sense, though.
Shall not make me afraid.
Oh, just let him die.
What a waste. What a waste.
Hate poetry. Put a few rounds in and make sure it looks like we did it. No?
I see Steele didn't make it.
I could have used you about 10 minutes ago.
You didn't need any help, McCoy.
I thought it was all over when Steele showed up.
I saw the corpse back there.
I never thought she'd turn out to be a Rep sympathizer.
People are unpredictable.
Oh.
Chief Bryant wants to talk to you. He says you're really ready now.
It never ends.
Wait, is that what they're going with for this angle? That she's a Rep sympathizer?
You're a
What?
real Blade Runner now. Full retirement bonuses and everything. You've done a man's job, sir.
How come I don't feel good about it?
Who knows? Buy yourself another animal, maybe. A real one, not a Tyrell fake.
She wasn't fake.
Whatever you want to believe, McCoy.
The dog was real. Four-year lifespan to prevent them from developing empathetic abilities. What would that? Why would that be a bad thing if they develop empathic abilities? Always okay. There's 3 endings, 3 completely different endings. That feels good, pretty good to me. I feel like that's a pretty solid way of putting the game away. So yeah, one ending it became a Blade Runner, a Rep Blade Runner, but apparently that's a thing. It's actually canon now, I believe. And then another ending where I ran away with the, the reps, and then one ending where I got a girlfriend and we ran off into the nuclear wasteland together. What are the other endings in this game? I'm guessing there's like a super bad ending that I didn't get. But you're starting to crave pizza. So am I, actually. I need to make some. Because I actually got some, good Parmesan recently. Just for that reason. But I need to get the tomatoes. How long does it take to beat this? Well, I beat it in 2 nights of streaming, so about... That's the thing about point-and-click adventure games. They're often not that long, especially if you know what you're doing. But on your first run, I'd say it'll probably take you around 8 hours. That's what it took me. I did 4 hours last night and about 3 hours tonight. Did we discuss ad nauseum the day's political news? We tried to stay away from it since, I don't want to, do some hot political takes in my streams. But we kind of alluded to it earlier. That's about all. People are already upset enough. Don't need to bring them that upsetness into my stream. My place is where you can chill. And it's a really loaded topic. I think everyone knows where I would stand on it. So, no reason for me to give my takes on it. But I feel for you if you're having a rough day. So, chat, that was Blade Runner. You know what? 2 streams. I'm assuming we might be going back to Final Fantasy VIII tomorrow. Unless I come up with something else I want to play before going back to it. But I do plan to stream tomorrow, though. Boy escapes alone in the car. 3 endings in the moon bus. Another where you and Crystal walk off and McCoy and Gaff are alone in the kipple. Alright, so I think we got the 3 better endings then. Ending 1 has... Yeah, there's different mutations depending on what you do and stuff. So, did you ever look up Ghosts of a Tale? Is that the game where you're a little mouse? I've seen it years ago. It's like it's cute, but I don't know if I really want to play it. But yeah, I'm thinking tomorrow I'm going to stream more FF8 because I kind of left off in disc 1. Like I said, I might think of something else I might want to play, so it's not set in stone at this point. It was a fun little easy one. Maybe at some point I'll play it if I can get it cheap. Cheers for the stream. Hey, no problem. Glad you were here for it, Millhouse. You seem to really enjoy this game, and hopefully my playthrough it wasn't too bad. Can we watch one of your videos? No. I don't like watching my own videos. It's too cringy. It just feels really off and weird. This is not, I have to think of my own sanity, because, I just depress myself at that point, oh god. He will get copyright. It's a possibility, but that's not the real issue. I just really don't like watching my own stuff after I put it out there. It just feels so cringy and weird to do that. That's the creator's dilemma. Whenever you make something, you don't want to watch it or touch it anymore. Because I've already spent so much time with it. Testing, again, the faith of the chat, huh? I mean, you guys are always free to go watch my videos anytime you like them. I appreciate it. Especially those chads out there that turn their ad blocker off when they do. Even shout out to those chads in their sexy jawlines. Are you going to send this? Probably not. I did record it, but I don't know if I'm going to end up sending it. It'll be a wait and see kind of thing. If I ever feel like it, I have the footage there to work with. Thing is, it gets a little confusing because this was one of the first games that does that whole branching narrative stuff. And it kind of shows, it doesn't feel cohesive at points in times. There's a lot of stuff that doesn't make any sense. Why, if I was a replicant in my playthrough, then why were my memories, who captured me, put new memories in me and made me, because I was apparently with that group when they came to Earth, but I don't remember any of that? Yeah, there's a lot of plot holes in there, but I guess that's the whole point of a sim video, isn't it? Watch my videos with YouTube Premium, even better, Giga Chad status viewer then. That's how you do it. Because my videos are long, so it means I get a bigger cut. So, let's see. Did you watch Maverick? Maverick? I haven't watched anything called Maverick, no. Top Gun. No, I have not watched the new Top Gun. I've heard it's pretty good, but I have not had time to go to the theaters recently. It's been kind of busy. But I might watch it once it comes out on streaming service or something. Assuming it does soon. So I'll give it a look there. Right now I'm kind of focused on getting back into regular TV watching and watching stuff like that on my TV. Just haven't really watched many movies. So patriotic. I mean, it's, jets are cool and sexual. Going to head out. Hey, Fresh, you have a good night, man. I'm going to head out too, by the way. Only a 3-hour stream tonight, but I'm cool with that. New season of Boy. Yeah, I haven't watched any of the boys. I plan to at some point, but not yet. But, chat, that's going to be it for tonight's stream. Only an hour, short of the normal time, but that's fine. Hopefully you don't mind as well. But you guys have been great tonight. Thank you for stopping by. Hope you enjoyed your time with me. I enjoyed it with you. Thanks for being chill. Thank you to the mod team. Thank you for your bit subs or gift subs tonight as well. I appreciate it a lot. And if you want to follow me here, I'd recommend hitting the follow button. And if you want to join my Discord, you can type in the Discord code into chat. You get a nice, fat, sexy link to it. Or you can scroll down and click on the banner as well. So, chat. The rest of the night is all to you. Yeah, do something productive. I don't know. Whatever you got planned. I can't be your boss. Alright, I'm out of here. Peace, everybody. I'll see you tomorrow. Later.